Hello. It is I. Trigger's out today. Ooh. Ooh. Also, I watched the Nintendo Direct. I literally woke up 7 minutes into the Direct. And I was like, fuck it, I'll just watch it in bed. I thought it was 10 a.m. It was 9. I was so wrong. Yeah. But I was hoping for more Fire Emblem stuff. The Switch 2 versions of Switch 1 copies is nice. I hope that means they add New Game Plus of Fire Emblem Engage, but I don't think they will. I imagine they'll make it so that the frame rate's better and everything, what have you. But I don't know how much it's going to cost to get the upgrade. I would prefer if the upgrades didn't cost anything at all. If you just got the upgrade for free, that would be nice. And have it so you pay only for select things. Like the Kirby one makes sense to me because that's a whole ass expansion. Kirby and the Forgotten Realm. But yeah, I'm excited for Switch 2. Coming out way sooner than I thought it would. I don't know. Anyway, Trigger's out. I lost my 50-50 earlier, like a few weeks ago, a week ago, I forget when. So I am just gonna pull. I'm gonna get her. She's guaranteed. And then I'm gonna pull for a W engine. And I already got the most expensive fucking top up. I was about to say Taco Bell for some reason. Alright. Well, it really doesn't matter, because it's not Pulper.
That's right. I'm the Starlight Knight.
Another. I have everyone but Pulcher M6 for re-rank, so... 77? No, wait, 78. Trigger! The shining golden signs.
Trigger, sniper of Oval Squad, reporting for duty.
Lucky or not, at least you tried. Alright, now let's get our W engine. I did read it before, but just make sure. When the Equipper's aftershock hits an enemy, causing electric damage, the target's defense is reduced by 25% for 5 seconds. Passive effects of the same name do not stack, so if you have 2 aftershock electric stunners, fuck you. If the Cooper is not the active character, they gain 1 stack of Spirit Lock up to a maximum of 3 stacks. This can trigger only once per use of a skill. Each stack of Spirit Lock increases the Cooper's impact by 4%, so we're looking at a 12% increase. At full stacks, it also increases by 8%, so we're looking at actually 20%. Now, if I were to max it out completely, not that it will. 40% defense reduction, great. 6.4% times 3, we're looking at 18 plus 1.2%, we're looking at 19.2%. So, plus the 0.8%, that makes it 32% increase of impact. Pretty good. And a 24% increase to crit rate. Alright, let's get it. I'm just gonna skip, because A rank wise, there's nothing I'm really interested in getting. Oh, yeah, actually, hold on. Her hair glows, and her little tail coat. No, that's not a tail coat. Her cape? Her cape. She's got a little glows with that light. Alright, let's go. I believe she has an ancient sword. Come on! Come on! Give me! Come on. Yeah! We're back! Back to winning W engines. What was my penny at? Easy. Easy fucking shit. Alright, we're good to go. Now...
This is the path I follow.
Where is she?
I am the Eye of Obel.
Indeed you are. Let's do this special training plan thingamabobber. So first of all, I want to do plan 2 outstanding. What's with the empty thing? Oh. That's why. Spectral gaze. Yep. Plant outstanding, yeah, of course. There's fairy suggestion. I'm not sure what I'll do. I think it depends on how much crit rate I can get, because if I can get enough crit rate, I could either opt for more crit damage, a la how Andy's stuff is equipped, or
Eradicate all evil. I've got your back.
impact for this, just 6% more impact. Anyway, for now, I guess I can just equip that one. There's nothing. This is such a sad set. Nothing rolled into crit rate or crit damage. Ugh. Nice thing about the nice thing about all the words will come to me. Hold on. The nice thing about building stun characters in terms of drive discs is the fact that I don't have to... I'll take it, I guess. I don't have to worry about... you know, I don't have to worry about building impact as a subset. I don't know why it took me so long to come up with the words. Maybe I'm preoccupied. I don't have an impact thing. So, hold on, let me, extend it to something else. Alright, what's her crit rate at right now? 26.6. Nothing. I should have a lot of crit rate pieces, because I tried so hard to get more of those, so yeah. Alright. Not bad, not bad. Okay, I just want to see what I'm sitting at. 50.6. I believe she has a way of getting more crit rate, no? When triggers, crit rate exceeds 40%, each 1% above. Okay, so she doesn't get more crit rate. I was wrong about that. Shit. I would like more crit rate then. Obviously. Alright, okay. So, let's hold on. So this one, and this one will filter. A bit of electric damage. Let's hope for some crit with that, but okay. I really don't have much impact. I could throw this on trigger. I'm not using my AMB currently.
I've got your back.
That's if I want to commit to that, though. How much crit rate do I get from this? 8%? And then, okay, hold on. I need to do some... Each 1%, 1.5%. 75% divided by 1.5%. Okay, so 2 makes 3. It should be 25 there. So we're looking at 90% crit rate? Okay. Hold on. I did find it. Ah! I didn't farm enough. No. Okay, 62.1%. That's a bit more to work with, that's for sure. Are there any that give a lot of crit rate out? This one potentially. Alright, 7.2. Okay. Alright, alright. 69.3%. Is there really no way for her to get more crit rate? I feel like... I don't know, call me crazy, but I feel like she had something. I guess I don't remember. This one could be better for sure. I'll worry about that one later. Wait, physical damage from this. Where's Pulcher at? What's hers? Oh.
My loyalty lies with the winner.
Eradicate all evil. I've got your back.
If I got the plus 8%, that put me at around... That put me at 77%? If I'm doing my math right. Well, if I am. 77.3%. Plus whatever I can get from the W engine. So I'm getting closer to it, because if I can really max this out, that means I get even more days, obviously. Just enough. Ah. No. Do I have how many Cinnapulse do I have?
I am the Eye of Obel.
I'm closing in on an S rank, but fuck it. I was thinking maybe I should wait so I can try for more Pulpers, but I want to see what S rank I get. Not if I don't get S rank. Yeah, there we are. What do I want? I'm not sure. Probably not Cleda, just because I'm not going to use her as much, but... Is that arguably worse? This game's really trying to steer me
This is
towards
the path
Cleda.
I follow. You want to test my hammer?
Now, do I refine it, or do I... What's the term? Overclock it? Or do I... Oh my god, I'm out of Denny's. I should be... I'm sorry, I should be doing the... I should be doing the agent story, but I really want to get stuff rolling. Hold on.
My loyalty lies with the winner.
The anticipation of... I am the Eye of Obel.
Looking for intel? Or hiring me for a job?
This works. If anything, I could maybe replace Pulchra with Asher and just keep it on Soul, or on Anby and Trigger. But we'll keep it like this for now. See what works.
Adjusting for wind.
3, 4.
Mind the blind spot. Quick shot.
This prey is locked!
Take the shot. Here. Wide open.
Fire!
Off balance.
There. I don't think I have enough mats.
This is the path I follow. I've got your back.
Yeah, even if I craft, it's still far from enough. At least right now. You actually got quite a bit from the blue tier ones. I imagine another run like that would give me enough. I want 90% crit rate on her. Is there what's for Mindscapes? I'm curious. Are there any that increase crit rate? Oh. Hunter's Gaze, each stack increases all squad members' crit damage. 32%? What? Why am I saying 32? That's not 32. 24%? I was thinking 8 times 4. Trigger gains 2 stacks. So... Oh. Relatively high interrupt level, so it will interrupt most enemies. Did I not farm those? Oh no, I thought I did. Well, I was mistaken. I thought I farmed it because I knew it was
Number 0,
trigger
Andy.
needed. Oh. Alright. I really should read the story, but I want to quickly. I believe there's an agent story. I just want to do a demo real quick. I know how she works. I played Anby's agent story and the main stuff. expert, so I should know, but when any aftershock hits enemies. Yep.
Recalibrating.
Can activate when hitting with basic attack, special attack, basically any attack, period. How does she... So, when hitting enemies with heavy attacks from an EX, special attack, assist, follow-up, or ultimate, they can activate her Tartarus one.
Adjusting for wind. You're in my sight.
Can trigger with any attack. Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't consume her consume.
Trying to pin them down.
Alright.
I'll take point. Support ready. I'll pierce right through. In position.
Bop.
Trying to pin them down. Supporting position. This bullet will reach its mark. Pin them down.
The supporting voice is good.
Supporting position. Watch out! Recalibrating. Yeah. That was easy.
My turn, my turn!
Get behind me.
This sounds wide open!
Quick shot.
It's no good to run from that'll teach ya! You can't escape!
You're in my sights.
Go. I remember I thought Trigger would be a physical character. Much to my surprise when I learned that she wouldn't be. And that she was instead actually an electric sniper. What was I gonna do? I don't know. I don't know what to do. Alright, okay. Now, let's actually do it. Let's do... I assume there's the agent story. I think. Video archive. Let's see. Out of sight. Yes, there is. Okay. Begin agent story? Wait, what? Huh? There's no Act 1, 2, and 3? What's up? What's this? This is a story that took place in the past. A story of a rookie proxy named Phaethon, who meets a young lady at a crossroads of fate. Before they were legendary? Wise, we've been on 6th Street for a while now. How many Internet commissions have we taken these past few days? Is this why they knew each other? We're still newbies, so you know how it is. I see. It's okay. We're starting our proxy business and video store business from scratch. It'll take time. It'll take time. I've been busy managing the store, so thanks for handling the internet side of things, Wise. Living together in this cozy little home is already much better than our life right after leaving the academy. As long as we gradually build a reputation, we'll eventually have a chance to uncover clues about the fall of the old capital. Wise, let's take it slow. Yeah, but I got so... yeah, but I still want to take on some commissions. I knew you'd say that, but this worry will be solved soon. Actually, I saw how hard you've been working to find commissions, so these past few days I've also been searching on internet for an intelligence broker who could find commissions for us. That Shepard guy? If we can establish a long-term partnership with such a professional intelligence broker, we won't have to worry about getting commissions in the future. Don't I deserve a little praise? Good job. And today, I've arranged to meet him at the store. He should be here soon. At that moment, a sudden knocking comes from the door. That must be him. Wise, let's go and talk to him. Maybe the first commission we work on with him will give us a totally awesome surprise. Can we leave you to watch the house, 18? Watch the house. We'll do our best. 18, Wise and I need to put aside the video store to go handle a commission, so we're counting on you to watch the house. And watch the house. We'll do our best. We got enough money to get this house? Are we still technically moving in? I don't know. Immersion broken. Unless these are just the videotapes. Wait, the boxes are empty. So they just finished unpacking? As the front door is opened, a man in a suit walks in. Although he wears a friendly and reliable smile, there is still something slightly off about him. Wise, let me introduce you to this professional intelligence broker I found on the internet. I forgot his voice. Nice to meet you both. You can call me Shepard. I'm glad you two chose to work with me. By the way, are you just starting out in this line of work? Nice to meet you. We haven't been in the business for too long. I understand. It's normal for rookie proxies like you two to have a hard time finding commissions. But please don't worry. As an intelligence broker, I exist precisely for people like you. Let me check my notes. Your name is Faithin, right? What kind of commissions do you usually specialize in? We're great at any commission. What an energetic response. These days, many young proxies lack the energy you have. That being said, combat-related commissions might be a bit tricky, right? You two don't seem like fighters, and hiring combat personnel can be expensive for new proxies. To be honest, I'm not sure I feel comfortable assigning you anything dangerous. Well, we'll find a way to handle it. You'll soon see our abilities in action through the actual commission. Actual commission, huh? Well then, I happen to have a recently issued commission that could serve as the perfect starting point for our partnership. I believe this commission is of the perfect difficulty to assess your abilities. So is Trigger the first agent we worked with? If you're interested, let me explain the details. Shall we move to a more convenient place to talk? It's not suitable to talk about this at the counter, so you move to a small room with Shepard to discuss things in detail. How does he talk?
Our first assignment together is a missing person commission.
A missing
There's no
person
need
commission.
for combat or venturing into any hollows, so it's completely safe. Honestly, I can't think of a better way to test your skills.
Is this really not just a filler job?
Forgive me for being blunt, but isn't this job a bit, well, pointless?
Don't get me wrong, I'm definitely not trying to pass this off on you. Your ability to navigate the hollow is unquestionable. That's what makes a proxy. But this role involves more than just that, and this commission is a perfect opportunity to demonstrate those other skills. To be honest, the client barely gave us anything to work with, just pieces of info. That's why this is a perfect chance to show off your skills in gathering intel, spotting details, and negotiating. All the makings of a top-tier proxy.
I love that I won it so fucking early for Trigger's W engine. It's so good. Well, let's
All
accept.
right, you've sold me. Let's see what we're dealing with.
Shepard nods in satisfaction, pulls out 3 items from his pocket. A harmonica, a sheet of music, and an old photo. sheet of music so you can play the harmonica right, and the old photo was so you can get the hints of nostalgia as you just play it. Or it's trigger. Holy shit. A somewhat aged photo. Though the image remains fairly clear, a blonde young woman with her eyes covered leans against the wall. For some reason, her silhouette seems so fragile, as if she might shatter to pieces at any moment, filled with such profound sadness.
The client has only provided us with these 3 clues. All we know is that the woman in the photo is your target.
Wait, just a photo? That's barely a clue. No name, no background, not even her usual haunts. And what's up with the harmonica and the sheet music?
Will she follow it? Because she's blind? That sounds mean. But, like, is it a sound that she recognizes and there's a hint of, I don't know, nostalgia or something? So if you play it in that way, she'll be like, I know this song.
The client doesn't seem to have any more info, though it's possible they just don't want to share. But the client did mention if you get stuck, you should try playing the sheet music with the harmonica. Well then, I'll leave this commission in your capable hands. Keep me in the loop if you make any breakthroughs. Just ping me on Knock Knock.
Finding someone with just a photo and a melody. That's like searching for a needle in a haystack. Got any ideas, Wise?
Let's go to Port Elpis and look for clues.
Maybe we should check Port Elpis. Women with their eyes covered aren't exactly that common. Remember when we visited the sea a while back? I think we saw someone who fit that description.
Oh.
Remember? You were in a bad mood, so we went to the sea to clear our heads. We even bought some fries, but you got distracted by a woman passing by with her eyes covered, and the seagull took the fries right out of your hand.
Ah, Belle! You lost your fries? Actually, I'm not the one who lost my fries. Why do I care? Oh, that sounds
Now
sad.
that you mention it, yeah, I
I do
remember.
like fries.
She did look a lot like the woman in the photo. And I was just curious, alright? She stood out. How was I supposed to know the seagulls there were so aggressive? Anyway, it's an unexpected lead. Let's check out the port and see if we can dig anything up.
Look around and get ready before heading to Port Elpis. Look around. And Wise, I will take good care of the store. Please rest assured and go complete the commission. Alright, let's go. Bang Boo Boss. Inventory check complete. Perfect. All the boxes have been moved. We're all done. Boss, this stuff is so heavy. I'm exhausted. Can I charge my ether battery for a while? Boss, I'd really love a drink of Bang Boo coolant. We don't earn enough pennies for stuff like that. Forget it. I know a broken Bang Boo charging station where we can get free energy. Y'all look tired, so I'll make an exception and take you there. Is it just a construction Bang Boo, or is it specifically a Bellabog Bang Boo? They're construction, right? So, or are they just helping with moving? Wise, we're here. Now let's find this guy. However, we saw that girl a week ago, and I don't know if she's actually the person we're looking for. Even if she is, it's who knows whether she's still at the port now or not. Let's look around for clues first. Alright, since we don't have any other leads, we might as well. Try hacking into the cameras here to check if she's been around recently. As for you, Wise, take the photo and ask the locals and passersby around here. Wise, I'll need a bit more time to analyze the camera data. Can you handle gathering information from residents and pedestrians? How's your phone look? It's orange. Oh, wait, hold on. Route optimization. Think. I could start up there. Where we're going. We can climb the lighthouse and overlook the entire port. Maybe we'll spot the blindfolded woman somewhere? Just as you're about to try opening the door leading to the top of the lighthouse, an old man appears behind you. Hey! What do you think you're doing? This lighthouse is currently off limits. No one is allowed to enter. Sorry, I didn't know. Alright, it was. If I hadn't shown up, you would have just gone straight in, wouldn't you? This lighthouse hasn't been properly maintained for years. If something happened to you, it would take responsibility. Besides, what do you need to go up to the lighthouse for? I'm looking for someone. Have you seen this person? Let me see. This girl does have a rather memorable appearance, but I don't remember seeing her before. I think she might have been here before. Is that so? I usually keep to around the lighthouse. If she was on the dock's walkway, I definitely wouldn't have seen her. If you're looking for her, I suggest checking around there. At the very least, I haven't seen this girl near the lighthouse. Alright, thanks. Yay! I know it's not in the lighthouse. Or we narrowed it down. What if I try to... Damn it. Foggy glazed window. The windswept door stands silently closed, with no response after several knocks. Perhaps peeking through the round glass window might reveal something? The glass window seems to have not been cleaned for a long time. Take a closer look. In the foggy window, there's a blurry reflection of a pair of eyes quietly watching you from behind. However, aside from a few drifting sea breezes, there's nothing else on this terrace. Peer through the round glass window again. The room has only a few stacked cardboard boxes. It looks like just a storage room. The eyes are gone. The fuck? Fucking ghost or some shit? This room upstairs. Someone must be living there, right? If the blindfolded woman has appeared around the port, maybe whoever lives here has seen her? Try knocking on the door. Complete silence, but there seems to be some kind of noise inside. Knock on the door again. Who? Hello? Excuse me, have you seen this person? Who? Let me see. The door opens slightly. I carefully hand the photo over, and within 3 seconds, the person returns it. Never seen. Disappear. In the end, everyone will disappear, including me. The door shuts. What was that all about? Including me. Vivian? Is that Vivian? Vivian used to live here? Hey! Welcome to Tater King! Our fries and hot dog combo is a hot seller. Would you like to give it a try? Hello, have you seen this person? Oh, I remember seeing this girl before. When exactly? Maybe once every 1 or 2 months? I'll see her wandering around this area, but I've never spoken to her, and she doesn't seem to interact with anyone around here, so I don't really know much about her background. So she hasn't been around recently? I don't think so. I don't remember seeing her recently. Are you looking for her? I can keep an eye out for you. Alright, thanks. By the way, would you like some fries? Let me think about it a bit more. Alright then. Those seagulls have been too active recently. Will they have a negative impact on the sales of our fries? Looks like I shouldn't feed them too much in the future. I've asked a few people, but none of the clues seem particularly useful. I should head back and discuss our progress with Belle.
I've got nothing. How about you, Wise?
Let's try the harmonica again.
Looks like this isn't something that can be solved with a quick trip to the port. But since we're here, how about we try playing the harmonica? I'm not sure what good it'll do, but if it doesn't work, we'll just buy some fries and head back home.
I'm not hungry. I'm not hungry. I'm not hungry. What did I eat today? A bit of mac and cheese and a grilled cheese sandwich. Okay, I'm gonna be hungry.
I agree. Playing the harmonica and buying fries. Both are officially your job now.
I guess there's no saying no to you.
No!
Fine. But just so you know, I'm not good at it. So don't blame me if it sounds terrible.
You just gotta play the harmonica like Kazuma. You pull out the harmonica and glancing at the sheet music, see a melody you've never heard before. Taking a deep breath, you let the notes flow and start to play. It was pretty accurate? Whatever. You think it sounded good at least. The music continues for half a minute. It sounded fine to me.
That was pretty painful. And it didn't do a thing. Let's just grab some fries and call it a day.
What the fuck, Belle? It was good music, I swear. I don't know what the sheet music was.
Excuse me. Were you the ones playing the harmonica just now?
Oh, she's in her, uniform. I thought she... Well, I guess it'd be a whole thing to have her
Sorry
with the
for my
band she's
brother
on.
making a bit of a ruckus. We'll just... Wait. You're the person in the photo. When did you... I didn't even hear any footsteps.
That's the skill set of a
My
sniper.
apologies. Moving quietly is second nature to me. I didn't mean to startle you. If I may ask, where did you learn that melody?
Belle shoots you a questioning glance. The blindfolded woman from the photo actually appeared. What an unexpected surprise. But now what? First things first, let's bring her back home.
Actually, we're proxies. The song was given to us by our client. We didn't expect it to help us find you. Our client is looking for you, you see. Why don't we discuss the details somewhere else?
I know it's part of the job, but why does the client want her?
I see. Please lead the way. I'd also like to meet this client of yours.
Why don't we head back to the store?
Okay, let's go check in with Shepard. Oh, I almost forgot. Your name is...
My real name. I haven't used that in a long time. But I do have a code name. You can call me Charon.
From the agent story, yeah. It's explaining it. The details. How she knew us. You return to the video store with the woman who calls herself Charon. Charon, I don't know. Along the way, you introduce yourselves and share a bit about your fledgling proxy business.
Miss Charon, I've already contacted the information broker who issued the commission. Once he gets here, it shouldn't be long before you can meet the client. Feel free to have a seat on the couch. I'll grab you something to drink.
Thank you, but please, don't mind me. By the way, the second row from the top on your TV wall, third unit from the left, it has a connection issue. You might want to check it out when you have time.
How did you spot that?
Let me see. You're right. How did you pick up on that? I thought there was some lag lately.
I rely on my hearing. I lost most of my vision in an accident. I can just about make out the outlines of my surroundings. To move around like an average citizen, I've trained my other senses to be extremely sharp. I heard a faint buzzing sound. By moving around the room and noticing the change in sound, I was able to pinpoint the location of the faulty TV.
Nice. Sorry to bring it up.
Sorry.
Sorry.
I hope my question didn't seem rude.
Sorry to bring it up.
No need
Sorry
to
bring it up.
apologize.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Vision isn't the only way to perceive the world. As proxies, you two should know that better than most. Anything that can be seen with your eyes can never be considered a secret.
A subtle silence fills the room. It's clear you each have secrets you don't want to share with others. And there's an unspoken understanding between you. As the silence is on the brink of becoming awkward, a knock sounds at the door from outside the shop.
It's me again! You two found the target already? Wow, Phaethon, you guys are incredible. If you're always this fast, you could take on anything.
The client didn't come with you?
I didn't expect things to move so quickly either, but it's nothing, really. By the way, didn't the client come with you? Charon here would like to meet them.
Where to start? It's great that you were able to find the woman in the photo, but there's a new problem. I can't get in touch with the client anymore. There's been no reply from his Knock Knock account since yesterday. I brushed it off at first, but there's still no reply today.
He's, trapped in a hollow?
Just when I thought he might have skipped town, his account suddenly sent me a location, the edge of a hollow. Who sends something like that in normal circumstances?
Sounds like something's happened to the client.
From what you're saying, it sounds like the client ran into some kind of trouble tied to the hollow. But we can't jump to conclusions just yet.
Either way, I'll keep trying to reach the client. I hope he's alright. Let's stay in touch for now. We won't be wrapping up this commission for a while.
Sorry, but I overheard your conversation. Could you share that location with me? If I investigate the Hollow, I might pick up some clues.
You're Miss Charon? No offense, but the Hollow isn't somewhere just anyone can waltz into. Without a carrot or combat personnel, it's a death trap. You should wait.
This is where we prove ourselves!
I'm
Yeah!
a soldier. I served with the Eridu Defense Force under the Chrysoberyl Division. Even after retiring, I've made countless trips into the Hollow. You can trust in my combat skills. The heart rates of you and the 2 proxies here seem to have just spiked. Don't worry. My military days are far behind me. I have no current ties with them.
How'd she end up in Obel Squad then?
As for getting into the Hollow, proxies, can I request your assistance? I don't know anyone else who could guide me. I'll pay the commission fee as best I can. If you don't want to be involved, that's fine. I'll think of something.
We can't let you deal with this alone.
We're just as eager to find the client. After all, no client, no payment. Besides, if we said no, you'd still head into the Hollow alone, wouldn't you?
How did you know?
So I was right. You remind me of how Belle and I used to be. So fixated on finding someone that nothing else mattered, not even your own safety.
Oh.
Well, since Miss Charon wants to investigate, I'm willing to act as the proxy for no additional fee. Just leave it to us, Shepard.
I see. That works for me.
That
But the
works for
client's
me.
still unreachable. My hands are tied. Please, look into the Hollow. And be careful.
I'm really sorry for troubling you both.
Pleasure.
Finding this client is very important to me, so I may have acted a bit out of line just now.
Seeing how determined you are to find this person, we can't just stand by and do nothing.
Don't worry about it. Seeing how determined you are to find this person, we can't just sit back and do nothing. Let's work together to find them.
This, okay. I know Zenless also has a thing where, you know, there's 2 dialogue options that are just one leads into 2. But it's voice acted, so, you know, it feels nice to listen to it. Alright. Enter the Hollow. Proxy, may I call you that? Of course. Thank you, Proxy, for accepting my request. This is probably your first time taking on a commission in the Hollow that might involve combat. I'll do my best to protect you. Actually, I don't need to enter the Hollow in person. Huh? You mean you could attach your consciousness to a Bangboo? Such impressive technology. I've never heard of anyone being able to do something like this before. But even if you're Bangboo, I will protect you. You responded to my request, so this is my duty. Wise, the vibe Charon gives off, it really reminds me of our own past. I feel the same way. Maybe this is fate. Let's help her fulfill her wish to find that person. Yeah, can't just leave her be. Same dialogue. Alright, let's go. Blind Pursuit.
I've got your back.
Number 0, Captain of Silver Squad. It's been a while.
At least 3.
I am the Eye of Obel.
I'm at your disposal.
Looking for intel? Or hiring me for a job?
Standing by.
My loyal.
Number 0. Dun, 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 dun.
Great. I'm assuming there will be an Aftershock support in the future. I don't know if I pull for them. Ooh, entrance animation. Yeah, lock and load.
Miss Charon, I need some time to calculate the Hollow route.
Recalibrating.
Please wait a moment.
Leave this to me, Proxy. Actually, I've been to this Hollow before for reasons. I
like how
still
there's a bit of
remember
a
the way
lean when you
forward
turn.
clear as day.
I didn't really notice until now. Or I don't know. It's cool.
Why don't you wait just a little longer? Calculating a path doesn't take that long.
Adjusting for wind. It'd be more efficient to retrace a path I've already walked. Please come with me, Proxy.
Oh.
Yeah. Recalibrating. Yeah. That was easy.
Sounds ready.
Suppressing fire. Adjusting for wind. Yeah.
You're up.
Ether vision activate. Yeah. Increase firepower. The path ahead. It should be right around here. I wasn't here too long ago.
Take that!
In one moment, Proxy. I might have misremembered. I just need to think.
I'm sure you're well aware that hollows undergo periodic spatial changes and construction. That's why each time we enter, we need the most up-to-date camera.
Charge.
You should know that, right?
Sorry for being so presumptuous, Proxy. I got ahead of myself and made things difficult for you.
It's no trouble. There's a fissure nearby. We can use it to get back on the right path.
Alright.
By the way, Miss Charon, how are you so fluid when you move and fight?
The goggles. Also training. Right?
Is it because of your exceptional hearing and tactile senses?
That's one part of it. In fact, my eyes gained some unique abilities as they changed. I can't see most things clearly, but I'm able to detect the etheric fluctuations of nearby humans, ethereals, and other objects. I call this ability Ether Vision.
That's quite the ability. Given your combat style, those eyes must come in handy on the battlefield, huh?
Recalibrating. Yeah. That may be so. Fire support ready.
Yeah. Is our prey giving you...
Adjusting for wind.
Sounds ready. You're up.
Wait, something's up ahead. There's someone on the ground. It smells like blood.
Is Clint dead? A man and a woman lie collapsed on the ground. The unmistakable smell of blood emanating from them. Along the source of the scent, you see bullet holes on their bodies. Check their condition. No signs of breathing. Their heartbeats and pulses are completely gone. These two are dead. Cause of death appears to be severe blood loss from long-range gunshot wounds. Time of death? Probably within the last 1 to 2 hours, just before we entered the hollow. Which means... This isn't just a case of losing contact with their client. Someone's been killing people in this hollow, though I don't sense a killer nearby right now. There's still a chance they're active somewhere in the hollow. Proxy, and stray from my side. I'll keep you safe. Those two. I really want to take their bodies out of the hollow, but without knowing the killer's whereabouts, moving them would be too risky. Proxy, mark these coordinates. Once we confirm the area is safe, we'll come back to retrieve their bodies. I'm sorry. The ground must be cold. May you rest in peace. Jeez.
What could have happened? Who did this?
God damn.
Given the depth of the wound and the caliber of the bullet, the killer was a sniper, just like me.
Sniper v sniper? Okay.
Proxy, stay vigilant and get behind me. The killer may still be nearby. They seem to have no qualms when it comes to killing.
This'll cost extra.
Roger. Let's press onward. I feel there may be more victims, and... I hope nothing's happened to the client.
Oh, other people? Oh. Okay.
The surrounding ether levels have increased significantly.
So the client's
going
still
on?
I guess it makes sense because
Can't catch me.
Hold on. Let me find the cause of the ether level increase. Up ahead, there are multiple devices leaking ether non-stop.
Those are high-pressure ether storage tanks, filled with highly concentrated ether. The melody of combat. Time to pin them down. As soon as the valve is opened, the ether will flow out at a fixed rate. Move it.
Such high ether concentrations will make the nearby Ethereum more active. Cause more to show up.
do they want more materials here?
Charon, it'll be dangerous if we keep moving forward.
Understood. These storage tanks are high-risk items manufactured by military-industrial companies. They're rare, even on the black market.
Oh.
Several of these storage tanks appearing in the hollow is a clear sign that our opposition has malicious intentions. Let's find a suitable sniping position and disable those ether storage tanks along
Wait.
any mission-critical paths.
Are those jets?
My ether vision ability is perfect for dealing with such ether-laden objects. Adjusting for wind. Let's take care of these leaking tanks to lessen the threat of ethereals on our path. Then we can proceed.
Okay. I would like if they address that delay between audio clips. Press left click for a single shot. When a blue flash appears in the muzzle, you can perform another. Otherwise, rapid fire will be triggered. Each single shot consumes 1 bullet. Hold for rapid fire. Higher rate of fire, but deals lower damage. Each rapid fire shot consumes 1 bullet. Okay. To target distant ether containers, each aimed shot will consume 5 bullets. Hit all ether containers to remove the sprays. Oh, it shot.
All high-pressure ether tanks have been disabled. We can keep moving.
More victims.
Wait. Charon, I'm detecting 4 life forms up ahead. Let's go take a look.
Proxy, there are 4 people over here.
Oh,
They're all still alive. I'm not detecting any ether fluctuations from any other life forms nearby.
check the condition.
They're still survivors. Charon, can you check their condition?
Confirmed. 1 is seriously injured. A bullet pierced their lung. The other 3? No internal injuries, just a few minor wounds.
Wait, this got
They're all
sucked.
unconscious. The one with severe wounds. His etheric fluctuations are nearly completely gone. He's beyond saving.
Who are you? Help me. It hurts. So cold. I don't want to die.
Is there really no way to save him?
Is there nothing else we can do? If we contact the hospital and get him out of the hollow right away...
He's probably lost too much blood at this point.
His internal organs are ruptured. He'll bleed out long before we can get him out. No rescue team can beat the clock when life fades this fast.
Am I dying? I just want to go home.
Charon doesn't respond. She sits beside the dying man, pulls out her harmonica, and begins to play a soft, familiar melody. The tune echoes throughout the hollow, heavy with the scent of blood. It's a song recorded on the clan's sheet music. As harmonica's gentle notes fill the air, the dying man stops groaning, simply listening until his eyes close forever. Damn, that sucks. Are you okay?
Are you alright? Did you get hurt fighting earlier?
I'm fine, don't worry about me. As I mentioned before, these eyes of mine have their uses, but they bring just as much inconvenience. The rejection reaction you saw just now was one of them. Staring into death. It's not something I handle well.
My head. Where am I? Who are you people?
I assume the sniper's just watching, but what if the sniper hit among the people?
I remember now. There was a madman, a lunatic who tied me up and dragged me into the hollow. You're not.
I'm not the lunatic you're talking about. Can you
Oh,
stand?
different pose.
There are 2 more unconscious survivors here. If you can, help us carry one of them. Let's get out of here together.
Leave? We can leave this place? What about that lunatic who shot at me from the shadows?
The culprit's already gone.
Looks like the person behind this has already left. Charon, let's get the survivors out of here. Follow me.
I saw out of 9, so it's essentially 3. So rather than having it be 3 acts that you could just go at, you know, like you'd have to go back and play next act, it's just being continuous. Exhausted and unable to carry any more bodies, you record the coordinates of a few of the corpses. Once this is all over, you should make sure to report them anonymously to the public security. Charon, you keep your guard up alongside the 3 survivors, eventually arriving at the abandoned metro entrance in front of Ballet Twins Road. Proxy, let's take a short break here. The area around the Ballet Twins has been abandoned due to the Hollow disaster, and no one's likely to be around. It's both secluded and safe, making it a perfect place for a conversation. Those 3 survivors. Yes, I know. They just escaped from a killer, so we need to check on their injuries and mental well-being. Could one of them be the client? Unfortunately, I don't think so. After they woke up and saw me, they didn't have any particular reaction. If they were the ones who assigned the commission to find me, they should have recognized me to some extent. Proxy, I'll keep watch around here and be on the lookout for the perpetrator trying to track us or attempting to ambush us. Could you please have a brief conversation with the 3 survivors? I think they might have information on the perpetrator. And, to be honest, I think they might... No, it's probably just my imagination. I'll gather information from them first. Thank you, Proxy. Take a deep breath. If your emotions get too intense, the wound might reopen. I still feel like I'm going to throw up. Fear that someone's still trying to shoot me. I just won't go away. You guys okay? I'm okay. Did you save us? I'm just about holding up. I've more or less recovered from the shock. I remember you. You were looking for someone around Port Elpis, weren't you? Yes, I think I've seen you before. Embarrassing. Never thought we'd meet again like this. What are your names? My name is Zoe. Aaron. Just call me Aaron. Feeling nauseous again? Managed to hold it in. You want to ask us something? I have some questions for you. No problem. We'll answer what we can. How did you get kidnapped and taken into the Hollow? For me, I was sightseeing at Port Elpis earlier. After that, I was on my way back home, driving along a deserted road when I seemed to hit something, so I got out of the car to check. Just a few seconds after I got out of the car, someone hit me from behind and knocked me out. I still have a bump on the back of my head. You can feel it. Let me take a look. There really is a bump on the back of your head. As for me, I was sitting at home with my friend when someone pried open the lock and tampered with our food or water or something. I don't know what they did exactly, but shortly after we ate, we both passed out. This is fucking serial killer, man. Were we the only 3 rescued from the Hollow? Did you see another woman? Just the 3 of you. Take some time to calm down. Alright. Anyway, thank you and your companion. If it weren't for your arrival, I don't think the perpetrator would have let us leave so easily. Why are we being targeted? I can't take this anymore. Thank goodness. I can't believe it. Still alive and out of the Hollow. What's your name? Oh, me? I'm Jesse. Jesse! I'm so grateful you were there to save me. That maniac was chasing me and sniping at me. I really thought I was done for. I have some questions I want to ask you. Questions? Go ahead and ask. Although I really don't want to remember what just happened. You did save my life. Why were you kidnapped and brought to the Hollow? I was tricked. Received an anonymous message telling me there was a big job I could do. Asking me to meet in an alley on 6th Street. I just arrived at the agreed spot and was waiting when someone hit me from behind and knocked me out. When I woke up, I was already in that Hollow, and my hands and feet were tied. I've got a few more questions. What did you experience in the Hollow? Although I was tied up in the Hollow, luckily I always carry a folded knife with me. I tried to shake the knife out of my pocket and cut the ropes, hoping to escape, especially since the area was filled with ethereals. But suddenly, someone shot at me from the shadows. I was so scared that I quickly dropped to the ground to dodge the bullets, but they immediately fired several more shots. I had no choice but to run for my life, the maniac shooting at me. I felt like they never intended to kill me right away. Instead, they seemed to be having fun watching me panic. Every shot scratched me, but none of them were fatal. I just kept dodging the ethereals and the sniper, running for my life. In the end, I finally managed to hide in a place with fewer ethereals, but that maniac shot a tranquilizer into my thigh. I quickly passed out again. After that, I woke up for the second time to see you all around me. How are your injuries? I feel a bit dehydrated. I probably have at least 10 or so abrasions. Surprisingly, no major wounds. Seriously, what's up with that maniac? What did I ever do to them? That made them go through so much trouble to set up a trap, kidnap me, and then throw me into the hollow to slowly execute me. Take some time to calm down. Is that all you wanted to ask? Well, anyway, thank you all. If you had come any later, I think all three of us would have been killed by that maniac. I would like to ask more questions to the other two. Report this information to Kayron. After a brief check on the three survivors, share what you've learned with Kayron. She then calls the three over.
Thank you all for assisting me, even though I'm a stranger. You've given me valuable information.
It's the least we can do after you saved our lives. If there's anything else you want to ask, go right ahead.
Go right ahead.
I do have some questions left to ask. Before that, could the three of you introduce yourselves? I'd like to see if there's a pattern to how the killer chose their targets.
I'll go first. My name's Zoe. I used to be a soldier in the Defense Force, but now I'm just working a regular desk job at a private company. Don't let that fool you, though. I've earned my stripes.
I thought there too much defense force.
I'm Jesse, currently working as an Internaut information broker. I'm still pretty new at it, though, so I can't think of any reason someone would target me.
My turn? I'm Erin. I was also in the Defense Force, but now I'm unemployed. Actually, I have a question for you all. Did you see my friend when you were in the Hollow? She's about my height, with shoulder-length blonde hair and a mole under her eye. We were kidnapped together, but I can't find her anywhere now.
That's what she was asking about the woman. I don't recall seeing anyone like that.
If I'm not mistaken, we didn't come across anyone like that in the Hollow, among both the survivors or the bodies.
It's all right. I'll keep looking. I hope she's okay. We were always inseparable. We even planned to visit Scott Outpost together for Remembrance Day. I never thought something like this would happen.
Remembrance Day?
Remembrance Day? What's that?
To remember the fallen?
As the name suggests, it's a day organized by the Defense Force for the families of deceased soldiers and veterans. People gather to mourn their loved ones who died in the fall of the old capital, and find comfort in each other's company.
I'm surprised Belle and Wise didn't hear about it, but maybe it's because they were so fixated on finding Arna.
I didn't know the Defense Force did that. Huh. Maybe I should go check it out.
If I can't find her anywhere else, I'll head to Remembrance Day alone. Maybe she'll show up there. Was your missing friend also a member of the Defense Force?
Why is Jessie the outlier?
Yes, she and I were in the same squad. Obsidian Division's Kartis squad.
Wait, Jessie wasn't in the Defense Force.
This sounds like a series of murders targeting the Defense Force. But then, Jesse wasn't with the Defense Force.
No, you're probably not far off. Jesse claims to have been up front, but he neglected to mention he was once part of the Defense Force. Right, Jesse?
You know each other?
Well, that's...
What do you...
I just don't like bringing up my past in the Defense Force. It's not like I'm trying to hide it. They're just memories from my time there that I'd rather forget. I was part of Obsidian Division's Noct Squad. That's the absolute truth.
I was also in the Obsidian Division, Impera Squad. I don't know who those who died in the Hollow were, but it seems the killer really is targeting members of the Defense Force.
Wait a second. If I remember correctly, during the fall of the old capital, didn't our three squads work together on a mission outside Hollow Zero?
We did? I don't really remember.
He's so suspicious.
I have a vague memory of it,
But-
but there were so many people on the mission, I don't remember your faces.
Thank you all for the information.
How many... Okay,
I'm
maybe
starting
if
to
it
see a
wasn't just the
pattern in
three
the killer's
squads.
choice of targets. But there's something else I need to ask. I came to this hollow because someone I'm searching for sent me its location. And that person was likely being held by the killer as well. Did you happen to see anyone else?
Who's the killer? The three survivors exchanged confused glances before shaking their heads at Kayron.
You're not giving us much to go on. At least tell us what kind of person you're looking for, male or female, what they look like. Can't offer much help without that.
Sorry, I don't have much else to share. Even so, if any of you remember anything else that may be useful, please let me know. This is very important to me.
You don't even know who they are, yet you're so determined to find them. Is it really going to be an issue if you can't find this person?
Maybe. I've been searching for someone for a long time. They might be the key to achieving my goal.
Oh.
I see. Whatever happens, I hope you find them. If there's anything I can do to help, just let me know.
Thank you. But please, prioritize your own safety. If the killer is targeting former Defense Force members, there's a good chance they'll come after you again. Stay vigilant.
Of course. Once I've checked out Remembrance Day, I'm locking myself in my room and throwing away the key.
Someone who's part of the Defense Force, wouldn't you know about Remembrance Day? I don't know. I don't trust Jesse right now. He returns a random play with Kayron. But I also don't know what it's like being part of the Defense Force. I just feel like that would be something that you know as a soldier. Remember the Fallen? Or like, I don't know, if you've lost comrades, right, then one way or the other you would be aware of Remembrance Day. Even after questioning those 3 survivors, it seems the clues we've gathered are still not enough. Our goal is to find the missing client. Right now, we only know that he was likely kidnapped by the perpetrator. We have no idea who the perpetrator is or where they went. Kayron, do you have any ideas? I think the other proxy is right. The information the 3 survivors provided is limited. With our current information, it's hard to deduce where we should go next to find the client. Clues have run dry. But we still got something out of it. At least we now know some characteristics of the perpetrator. A sadistic sniper with a grudge against the Defense Force. They're meticulous in planning and avoid open confrontations and are obsessed with committing crimes in the Hollow. With these characteristics and the Hollow coordinates, we might be able to deduce the general area where the perpetrator operates, as well as a potential base where they may have placed the kidnapped victims. But that would take quite a lot of time. I wonder if... No, I don't wonder. I feel like there's definitely a link between whatever mission those squads were part of outside the Hollow. Do they blame those people for maybe not saving someone close to them? Yes, and while we're narrowing down the search, the perpetrator might continue committing more crimes. Kayron seems somewhat agitated. The lack of clues plunges you all into silence. Just as you are about to accept reality and start organizing the current clues to narrow down the search, the door to the video store suddenly opens. Someone's here. Wise, I think it's Shepard. He's at the counter. The intelligence broker might have something important to tell us. Proxy, let's talk to him first. Why dazed? Bring Shepard to a room where you can talk.
Phaethon, you've already been to the Hollow and made it back safely?
Take a moment to catch your breath.
Did you run all the way here? Do you need a moment? We've already been to the Hollow, but unfortunately, we haven't found the client yet.
I'm fine. Did you find any clues there?
There are traces left behind. Signs of a kidnapping. It's very likely the client was involved.
Ask Shepard why he rushed over.
That's right. It seems the client was kidnapped, taken into the Hollow, and later moved again. We're still looking for more clues. So, what made you rush over to the store?
Well, just take a look for yourself.
Shepard shows you his phone. About 10 minutes ago, the missing client sent him another location on Knock Knock. There were no other messages. Is the client the sniper? Either this person woke up and sent the location, or the client is a sniper, is trying to play this like game.
I checked a map of New Eridu.
With Kayron, because
This
she's
spot,
also a sniper.
it's another Hollow entrance.
This feels off.
We were just stressing over a lack of leads. And now one conveniently falls into our laps? Something about this feels off.
You're sure it's just a disappearance for now and nothing more serious has happened, right? If that's the case, the situation is still manageable. No matter how shaky the clue is, let's keep investigating. Just be careful. Any casualties and this will become something beyond our control. At that point, stop the commission and contact me. I'll bring in some professional Hollow experts to deal with the situation.
Shepard hurries out again. He turns to Kayron, who seems unsettled. Will she held back the full truth from Shepard to avoid having the search handed off to someone else?
Thank you for not revealing what really happened to that information broker.
It's nothing. But why?
Don't mention it, but why keep secrets? From a practical standpoint, wouldn't calling for backup have been the safer move?
The killer is a sniper who has no qualms about taking lives. Judging by the victim's injuries, it's clear they know how to deal a fatal blow and how to inflict pain without causing death. Most Hollow Raiders lack experience dealing with snipers. If they encounter the killer, it's likely to end in a difficult fight, or worse, casualties. And besides, asking for help from others would only delay the search. The client is at risk right now, so I think we should follow the clues and enter the Hollow as soon as possible to ensure their safety.
What if it's a trap?
I may have kept it from Shepard, but I have to admit, it's too dangerous. That location message seems cagey. It could be a trap to lure us in.
I guess another possibility is that the sniper got a hold of the phone and used it to lure Trigger in. I guess the client doesn't have to be the one using the phone.
I understand, I really do. But what if we're late and something happens to the client?
Why is the client so important to you, Kayron? Would you be willing to tell us? Are you so set on finding them because they're connected to the person you've been looking for?
The client's true identity might be the very person I've been looking for. And if not, they most certainly have some vital information. Since leaving the military, I've spent years searching for my missing teammates. They were more than just comrades who trusted me with their lives. To me, someone raised as an orphan, they were family. I've scoured countless hollows and every corner of New Eridu to find them, but I've never found a single lead. Until I met you and heard that melody on the harmonica. It's called Homecoming. My squad leader composed it. Only our squad knew it. And yet that client of yours not only knows the song, but also gave you the sheet music. Please, Proxy. This client is the only lead I have left. I'm certain my teammates are still alive. If this trail goes cold, I don't know when I'll get another chance to reunite with them.
They're still alive. Could there really be no trace of them after all these years? Bell's gaze towards you seemed to convey such a question. But then, think about how you're also searching for your teacher. It doesn't seem all that hard to understand. We have to tread carefully this time.
I understand how anxious you must be right now. We can help you, but we really need to be careful this time.
Thank you, Proxy. I feel much better knowing I have your support. You can trust me. I'll protect you if the killer is really waiting for us in the Hollow. We'll make it out in one piece.
Alright. Part 2. Proxy, if your senses are shared with one controlling Bangbu, does that mean the pain is shared as well? Pain is shared as well, but I won't receive any injury. Don't worry. Don't worry. Then I won't let that perpetrator lay a single scratch on this Bangbu. If a fight breaks out, stay right behind me. We feel pain? Shit. Wise, although we agreed to let Kayron investigate the Hollow, I still feel that the clues appearing at this moment are rather suspicious. I'll be careful. Well, you must be careful. You must be careful. Right, part 2. Invitation to kill.
I've got your back.
Which alias should I use this time?
Take a deep breath. Standing by.
This'll do. Time to lock a node. Who is the sniper?
Looks like there's something here. Is this a communicator?
Out around.
Copy. Proxy, look at this. A communicator left right at the Hollow's entrance.
Would there be a communicator here?
Why is there a communicator here? It doesn't look like it was left behind randomly.
There's hardly any dust on its surface, which means it was only placed here recently. It looks like someone wants us to use it.
Ah, such decisiveness. Following random location info without even thinking twice. I'm glad, Sniper of Liar Squad.
It sounds like a she. Who are you?
Who are you? And the Sniper of Liar Squad. Are you talking about Charon?
Sniper. Or should I say Charon now? Haven't you shared your past with our dear Proxy? If introductions aren't your strong suit, I'd be happy to show you how. You can call me Grim Vulture, the one behind this string of murders. You see, I've been working my way down a list, crossing off names. And now, Charon of Liar Squad, your name is next.
Looks like you've done your homework on me. Just because my presence interfered with your plan, you've decided to take me out for good?
I thought you were just going to be another obstacle in my way. And now, with you in my sights, this must be some kind of destiny.
Just because you're both snipers?
I'm not sure what you're referring to, but I'm looking for someone. Given that you're waiting at the Hollow entrance they shared, I'm guessing you have them. If you hand them over, perhaps we can make a deal.
Charon suddenly dodges to the side, raises her gun and fires, using her body to shield Eos. The next instant, a bullet flies past her and hits the ground. Her shot flew off into the distance. There's only one thing that's for certain. It didn't hit Grim Vulture.
So your version of making a deal is stalling for time to locate me and lining up your shot? Can't say I'm surprised. After all, that's exactly what I plan to do too. You seem to have rather unique eyes. But you'll never get the chance to hit me. After all, no one's better at counter-sniping than me.
I don't think you're answering.
Seems talking won't resolve this, but I'm not averse to using force.
Now that's the spirit! If you're looking for someone, why not search the Hollow for clues? Providing you can survive both my attacks and those of the Ethereals, of course. Oh, and I've prepared a little gift for all your trouble. I hope you still have that determined look on your face after seeing it.
Will be the client.
Here.
Ooh, bird's eye view.
Watch out for Grim Vulture taking shots from afar.
Right? I'll take the mark.
Right on cue.
Is there nothing we can do?
You're out.
I found a box. Something feels off about it.
Rather creepy box. It's giving off an unsettling stench. You have a bad feeling that opening it would be asking for trouble. Glance at Charon beside you. There's fallen silence. Clearly, she's having the same feeling. Right now, she's hesitating about whether to open this box. Charon, wait! Don't open it! Charon opens the box anyway. A blood-stained, tattered military cap, carelessly crumpled and stuffed in the corner of the box. Though the owner's identity remains unknown, the message it conveys can only mean one thing: death. Don't touch what's in the box. Charon reaches out and picks up the military cap from the box, fingers tracing its shape. Her lips tremble. I'm okay, Proxy. My sense of touch isn't deceiving me. This appears to be the outfit of my former teammate wore. or a replica of it. So this is the surprise Vulture mentioned. I see now. Let's keep moving, Proxy. Charon goes silent. The attitude chambers another round. You can sense her hands trembling slightly, while her grip grows even stronger.
You still remember what's inside the box, right? Your loyal teammate's cap, the one Styx always wore. Curious as to how he died? I'll tell you. He took his own life. Though it wasn't much different from being offed by ethereals.
Jesus.
Yeah. Ethereals had almost completely taken over his body. He was being corrupted, covered in ether crystals. His core was almost fully formed. Yeah. He didn't want to. So he raised the cannon he was oh so proud of, with just one last shot inside.
Adjusting for wind.
And just like this, obliterated both his core and his heart. Any thoughts on the way he took about it? Did you like it? Do you think I made the whole thing up? Or did it really something?
You deserve it. Leave it to me, Anby.
Let me show you, everyone.
Shut up. I don't know who you are, but you'll pay for insulting him.
Oh, wanna kill me? Then come to my next surprise spot.
We fucked up if she actually killed all the former members of Styx. Oh, some sniper spots.
Move behind me.
Copy.
Another high-pressure ether tank. And a lot of ethereals have already been drawn to it.
Leave it to me, Proxy. My eyes will take care of them.
Alright.
We did it, Proxy.
I don't know
Let's
if
keep
it
moving.
did it on first shot. I just, like, swear I just thought I stole it.
I
Still
want to
saw
catch
the
that
outline.
murderer as soon as possible.
Alright, the box. The second box emanates an ominous aura. An unsettling stench seems to warn you that its contents, just like the previous box, give you an absolutely wretched experience. Charon's breathing grows heavy. She stands still for several seconds, seemingly trying to control her emotional turmoil. Charon, don't push yourself. Finally, she opens the box. A pair of blood-stained, tattered military gloves lie twisted in the center of the box. It's clear that whoever placed them here hadn't just tossed them in carelessly. They've been deliberately arranged with malicious intent. Charon picks up the gloves, once again feeling the contours and icy touch. Lips turn pale. Just as I thought. These are from one of my squad mates too. Charon. Let's keep moving, Proxy. Following this route should lead us to Grim Vulture's hideout. Fine. Charon picks up her weapon again, but there's an unmistakable tremor of unease in her voice.
Acheron's favorite gloves. It wasn't easy getting my hands on them.
Acheron?
As expected of such a famous, beautiful commander, even her gloves are stylish.
I know it's a code name, but Acheron?
Such a pity. In the end, both her hands were missing. Oh, don't you think that's a shame, little sniper?
She's a psycho. This Grim Vulture?
Such beautiful hands, yet they could no longer hold the sword. Ethereals gnawed off her arms and part of her leg as well. But she still had some backbone. She stood tall, even in death. as I said, she died from multiple fatal wounds. Even the most beautiful flower will wither without protection, won't it?
Yeah.
Now, do you think I'm telling the truth or a lie this time?
Straight on cue. How long do you intend to keep up this game of cat and mouse? Suppressing fire! I'll be coming to your hideout soon. Wipe that smile off your face and wait. Wait and see what I'm going to do. Quick shot!
Thanks. This one's for you.
Oh, the reaction! Hurry up, Della. I've got one final surprise worth for you. I'm sure you figured out the route to get to me. That's right. The surprise is at the end of the road.
Yeah.
That's just great. The fuck? You don't really think about how, like, fucked up it is to get killed by an ethereal.
Yeah.
Change is mine.
Straight on cue. Show no mercy. Ether vision activate.
Oh, sounds good.
Fill a third box. Grab Charon's hand, trying to stop her from opening it. She lifts the box's lid almost mechanically. The third box contains his blood-stained corner of clothing, a severely damaged piece of engineering equipment. Also stained with blood, Charon picks them up, trembling fingers feeling their shapes. She doesn't speak, neither about the plans for pursuing Grim Vulture, nor about which of her companions these items belong to. Until the communicator in her hands rings again with Grim Vulture's voice.
Congratulations! You found the third box. Inside is... Who was it again? Oh, right. A piece of bloodied fabric from Cocytus's clothes and some damaged engineering gear stained with Leafy's blood. There weren't enough boxes, so I had to cram them together. They're just a medic and an engineer, not exactly combat material, right? Surely you're not mad, are you?
Charon's face turns deathly pale. She silently picks up the bloodied items from the box, her spirit visibly shaken by the weight of these ominous relics. Enough!
That's enough. Using her squadmates who are like family to mentally torture her. How much longer are you planning on doing this?
Oh dear, did I go too far? My sincerest apologies. It's just, watching you plunge headfirst into my trap was so entertaining. I may have gotten a bit carried away, you know? Relax, the person you're looking for isn't here, and those are just fakes. I didn't actually take them from her comrades. Her comrades are long since corpses in the hollow, after all. How could I possibly have gotten hold of their clothes?
Surge of rage threatens to drown all thought. Just as you're about to retort, a crisp gunshot rings out. Charon's shot is clean and decisive, carrying an unmistakable intent to kill. But from the response on the other end of the communicator, it seems she missed her target.
A decisive strike to be sure. But as I've already said, your awareness, sight, and experience mean nothing in front of a more skilled sniper.
I didn't expect to kill you so easily. There was a subtle change in your ether fluctuations the moment I fired. That was all I needed. You knowing my past makes me feel sick. But after seeing that you're just a coward who feels fear from another's killing intent, it doesn't bother me as much anymore.
Oh.
Coward, you say? How fascinating. You were little more than a hollow shell before, but now that you've bared your teeth, you've started looking somewhat respectable. I know your composure is nothing more than a facade. You've never truly faced the weight of your comrades' deaths, have you? I bet your mind is now filled with their dying screams.
You have no right to taunt her.
We both believe her squad is still alive. You can stop with the lies. Why are you so fixated on Charon? Just because she used to serve in the defense force? She has nothing to do with your target.
Nothing to do with it? Then why don't you go ask her about it? What surprises me more is you actually believe her teammates are still alive. Don't tell me she dragged you into all this danger without telling you anything.
Shut up.
If she won't tell you, I will. Those so-called alive squad mates of hers went missing during the fall of the old capital. I'm sure you know exactly what that means. When the old capital fell, countless Defense Force soldiers were either killed by Ethereals or became them. The surviving soldiers, struggling to defend themselves, never had the opportunity to carry their comrades' bodies out of Hollow Zero. Obviously, her squad mates, the members of Liar Squad, were among the dead. But since their bodies were never found, she insists they're still alive. Even going as far as to deceive her own proxy. It's laughable.
I didn't lie to the proxy. They're alive. I have proof. Someone like you could never understand.
I could never understand? You think it's hard to understand your childish thought process? If you really have solid proof, why not tell me? Come on, let's hear it!
My eyes. I lost nearly 90% of my vision during the fall of the old capital. But in return, I gained the ability to see what others can't. Every second of every day for years, I've seen my squad mates. Not as fleeting shadows, but vivid and lifelike. They've never disappeared. They're alive, waiting for me to find them. Why else would I have been given these eyes?
That's your proof? Did you hear that? Proxy hiding in the bamboo. She spent years chasing after people who couldn't possibly exist, all because of some ghostly visions.
I hope they're alive, especially if Acheron ends up being, like, right name portion.
You'd rather believe those visions of your teammates are real-time projections than accept that they're dead. What if I told you the way I described their deaths before was the absolute truth? Will you finally face reality? Or will you keep fooling yourself, believing in ghosts? I guess you'll keep deceiving yourself. Because that's how you survive.
I'm assuming Green Vulture has something against the... No. Something against the Defense Force. Or a Defense Force member, maybe lost all of her squad.
I'm not lying to myself. I really
want to find your squad mates who have been missing for years and were officially declared dead? You couldn't protect them when the old capital fell, and now you're just making up stories to fool yourself, to give yourself some so-called reason to go on, to latch on to any stupid excuse. You're just a selfish, naive coward who did nothing and couldn't do anything when your comrades were dying.
Charon stands there, speechless. Green Vulture's relentless verbal assaults clearly struck home. The little color that had briefly returned to her face strains away, leaving her visibly shaken, unable to muster a single word in rebuttal.
Giving up already? At least you've got a shred of dignity left. Nothing disgusts me more than a useless hypocrite. Enough of this. Time to die, coward.
Charon is not a coward.
Charon is not a coward. Someone who enters the Hollows despite the condition of their eyes is anything but a coward. At the very least, she's far braver than a criminal like you, who hides in the shadows, enjoys torturing others, and is constantly in fear of being caught.
Proxy,
Your proxy sure has a way with words. I won't waste any more of my breath. Just die already.
Analysis of surrounding fissures complete.
I've completed analysis of the surrounding fissures. Charon, step out of it. We can use that fissure to escape.
Fissures? When did you... Still trying to play tricks.
No hope of a counterattack. You practically dragged Charon. Turning to run towards the fissure that had escaped Grim Vulture's notice. Just as the bullet is about to strike, he managed to escape through the fissure. Alright. We made it. We gotta deal with the fucking psycho. That psycho sniping bitch. What the fuck? Yeah. I don't know. She was clearly upset about the idea when she was talking about how her squad members died. This Grim Vulture. Maybe someone part of Charon's squad? I don't know. You escape from the hollow and return to the video store, bringing along Charon, who's lost all will to fight. She seems more traumatized than you imagined, repeatedly touching her eyes, silent and distant.
Charon? Do you want some hot cocoa? I'm sure you're exhausted after such a tough fight. You should get some rest.
Thanks, but I'm fine.
Don't let Grim Vulture get to you.
Don't listen to Grim Vulture. They'd say anything to get under your skin. Once we start doubting the truth, we've fallen into their trap.
No, Proxy. I think Grim Vulture has a point. Maybe it's all just in my head. The things Grim Vulture left. When I touched them, I was reminded of the day the old capital fell. I felt the same sensation when I touched an injured comrade. I tried to shake off that feeling. But the truth is, I can't stop thinking about the possibility that all my squad mates are dead.
The day the old capital fell. What happened back then?
Would you be willing to share more? What really happened on the day the old capital fell with you and the Liar Squad?
That day, in the first hour Hollow Zero started expanding. Defense Force HQ thought it was just a normal Hollow disaster, and thought they could suppress it with the standard amount of troops. Liar Squad was among the first troops sent there. Before we left, our superiors promised reinforcements would be on the way to support us in combat, so we didn't need to worry too much about facing the Ethereals.
Didn't happen?
But soon after we began the mission, we realized things weren't going to go like we thought. The Ethereals came at us like an endless tide. The Hollow expanded beyond control, and more importantly, the reinforcements never came. The Defense Force troops outside the Hollow soon realized this was no ordinary disaster. Hollow Zero was devouring Eridu at horrifying speed. The reinforcement plan was called off, and the promised troops retreated. Honestly, even if they had come to help, it wouldn't have changed anything. I watched as members of the advanced force around me died one after another, or were corrupted into Ethereals. Our squad slowly lost the strength to maintain formation. I was a weak point in our formation. An ether shot fired by an Ethereal hit my eyes, corrupting them. Because of that and several other wounds, I shortly lost consciousness. I'm not sure how long I was out, but just before losing my vision, I briefly regained consciousness. The last thing my eyes saw was my squad mate standing in front of me, looking back.
It's like in Nineveh.
When I woke up again, I was already back at base. The higher-ups detonated the Shiryu pillars, and finally managed to bring Hollow Zero under control. I don't know who rescued me from the Hollow, but none of my squad mates had made it out. For some reason, the image of my squad mates being the last thing I saw has stayed in my mind. It must be some kind of sign. A sign that they're still alive. Don't you think? They must have continued fighting after I fell unconscious, eventually getting lost in some hollow and losing contact with the main force, left to wander between the various hollows of New Eridu. That must have been what happened, right?
I don't know how likely that is. I like to think that's
The
true.
Defense Force? Civilians? No one believes me. So I decided to find them myself. The reason behind these eyes. It's got to be to guide me to finding them still alive. Am I wrong, Proxy? Are these eyes pointless? I knew that's what you thought. Interpreting what my eyes see as proof my squad mates are still alive is just wishful thinking. But if they're really gone, why would I have been given these eyes, which bring nothing but pain? If they're truly no longer alive, how can I apologize to them in person? Tell them I'm sorry. Sorry for being so weak. Sorry that I failed to protect them. Their faces are all so blurry. I can't see their expressions. I can't even bear to look at them. If their final look at me was filled with resentment and disappointment, I wouldn't know how to handle it.
God, that's getting me a bit. I imagine they're smiling. Oh, Charon's here.
Charon, listen to me. Even if everyone else thinks you're wrong, Belle and I will always stand by your resolve to find your squad mates. You don't need to make any justifications. Because someone close to us is missing too. And we desperately hope she's still alive. Even if the whole world doesn't understand, we will never give up. But I also think, being consumed by this obsession, unable to move forward, that's not what those who matter to us would want.
That's right. Charon, you're a very kind person. Maybe that's why you feel responsible for protecting everyone, and regret when you can't do enough. But you don't have to carry it all on your own.
I'll stick with you to the end.
Yeah, you can trust us to have your back. We're certain that Grim Vulture hasn't killed the client yet. As long as we have a lead, there's still hope, and we'll be your support.
At some point, Trigger or Charon ends up back in the Defense Force.
Your will and
Opal's
determination shouldn't be dismissed.
It's kind of
No
weird that
matter how
Opal's
things
on
turn
there right
out,
now.
We'll stand by your side, and we'll face it together.
Proxy, thank you. I feel better now. At the very least, I want to keep investigating. I'm not just going to stop here.
With the tension easing, it's time to discuss the plan going forward. Just then, the phone rings.
Sorry to disturb you at this hour. Did you go investigate that new hollow? How's it going? Oh, never mind. The client just shared a new location with me on Knock Knock.
They're pretty eager, huh? Which hollow is it this time?
No, it's not a hollow. If I'm reading this right, this location is Scott Outpost.
Oh.
Scott Outpost? Isn't that managed by the Defense Force and White Star Institute? What's Grim Vulture up to?
It's Remembrance Day. Don't you recall what Aaron said before? They're holding an event right now, and the place will be open to the public.
That's a lot of people to sleep down, yes. What's Grim Vulture up to this time?
So they're not trying to lure us into a hollow this time. What's the deal? Are they trying to taunt us?
Whether it's a provocation or a trap, I'm not missing any chance to face Grim Vulture. Proxy, will you go with me?
The official commencement of the Remembrance Day has been scheduled for tomorrow morning, meaning ordinary citizens still cannot freely enter Scott Outpost today. Under arrangements, Charon spent the night at the store. The next morning... Wise, we'll be heading to the outpost with Charon soon. Did you rest well last night? I slept well. That's great. After everything we've been through, I'm worried that you haven't had enough rest. Anyway, Charon is already waiting for you in the parking lot. I wonder how she's feeling now. Wise, please take good care of her when the time comes, okay? Leave it to me. Okay, I am hungry. Already food. Good morning, Proxy. Did you sleep well last night? Yes, I did. Sorry, Proxy, for losing my composure in front of you yesterday. I think I've gotten my mood back in order now. Stern. It seems I can't hide it from you, Proxy. Sorry. I think I'm still struggling to process this sadness and unease. I'm not sure where I should go from here. Let's find a way forward together. Yeah, you're right. Instead of continuing to suffer, it's better to reach out and grasp all the hope we can find around us. Maybe things will eventually change. Let's go, Proxy. Today we're attending Remembrance Day as ordinary citizens, so we can't carry any weapons. I suppose Grim Vulture wouldn't be foolish enough to make a move inside a military stronghold. Let's keep an eye out while we're there. I believe we should be able to find new clues. Arrive at Scott Outpost with Charon. Many citizens have come to Remembrance Day. They must be the relatives of those who gave their lives during the fall of the old capital. For some reason, after coming here, Charon has been acting a bit strange. Proxy, can we explore this place later? What's wrong? No, it's nothing. Stare. Alright, I'll say it. Seems like there are some familiar faces here. Would it be nice to meet them? It don't think I could face them. If I'm not mistaken, it should be the family members of my teammates. I don't know how I should face them. I'll have to face them sooner or later, won't you? I know, but I'll be there for you. Then it's a deal. Go and talk to them. Roxy, you don't have to say anything. Just stay by my side and give me the courage to speak. Look, it's filled with your favorite flowers. Miss you so much. Are you doing okay over there? Roll in. Attention all Defense Force soldiers. Listen up. Never forget why Scott Outpost was established. Never forget all the sacrifices we made when the old capital fell. Hollow Zero may be under control for now, but that doesn't mean it won't expand further in the future. On this special Remembrance Day, we must remain vigilant against another disaster. Is that understood? Understood! Is it right here? Nah. How long until the soldier's speech begins? Just a little while longer. The woman giving the speech is already preparing. It'll be the same. Are you Alan, Acheron's brother? How did you know? Who are you? Wait, your eye cover. So, you're Acheron's sole surviving teammate. I remember you. We met once after the fall of the old capital. After that, I didn't hear anything about you again. I never expected to meet you here. And this plushie? It's Acheron's favorite plushie. She always kept it in the most prominent spot in her room. Brought it along here, as if for bringing my sister's shadow to participate in Remembrance Day. I'm sorry, Mr. Allen. You don't need to apologize. I still remember one time when my sister came home excitedly, telling me that a shy new girl had joined the squad. That girl didn't speak much, but she was beautiful in battle. It was the happiest I'd ever seen her. To her, you were a presence that inspired admiration and a desire not to fall behind. A beautiful soldier who gave her the drive to keep moving forward. You don't have to apologize to me. If my sister were here, she would surely say the same thing. Please, don't mind me too much. The Defense Force has made a lot of preparations for the Remembrance Day event. Please, take your time here. A year without you by her side. Mom and Dad miss you so much. Mom, another year has passed. Are you okay? Wait a moment. That eye cover. That blonde hair. Could you be my husband's Styx's teammate? Styx, are you Mrs. Sally, Styx's wife? Yes, my daughter and I came to attend Remembrance Day. The last time I saw you was right after the fall of the old capital. Never expected to see you again here today. Your daughter. Is this your daughter, Zeta? Who is she? Zeta, this is your dad's comrade from the Defense Force. Every time he went to the battlefield, she would be there to protect him. To protect him? Comrade? That's so. Why didn't you protect my dad during the fall of the old capital? Why did you let him die and make him unable to come back to me? Zeta! Sorry, I couldn't protect him. Sorry. Listen to what Zeta is saying. She doesn't understand. We've never blamed you. Please don't say that. Zeta, you can't say such hurtful things. Apologize right now. Why should I apologize? She survived, but Dad didn't. Isn't that the truth? If it weren't for her abandoning him, Dad could have come back safely. Enough. You don't know what happened back then. Mrs. Sally, I don't think she's wrong. Please don't think that way. Make sure to bring her to apologize to you later. I need to explain to her what really happened. I'm really sorry. Please, don't let us keep you. Go and explore the Remembrance Day event for now. Please remember, all your comrades, including my husband, would want you to see the hope they left behind. son. I'm in good health now and doing well. My son, can you see me now? I'm doing well. My legs and feet are fine. I just miss you so much. Excuse me, are you Cocytus's mother, Ethel? Oh, you are... I recognize you. I saw you once in the military camp after the fall of the old city. You're Cocytus's teammate, one of the survivors. I've been wanting to get in touch with you over the years to see how you've been, but I never heard from you. I didn't expect to meet you here at Remembrance Day. I guess this is fate. Mrs. Ethel, is your health still... I'm in good health, fortunately. Everything is fine. Although I'm the only one left in the family, pension from the government is enough, and I still have some years in me. I'm sorry. Cocytus, child, you don't need to apologize. My son may appear carefree on the surface, but he's always felt so much pressure. One day, he suddenly told me that he had found a companion who truly understood him. I believe he was talking about you. How could I possibly blame you? Someone who helped my son. It's such a blessing. You, a kind-hearted person, are alive and standing here today. I'm so glad. Mrs. Ethel, Child, don't worry about me. Since you're here for Remembrance Day, take your time to walk around and look around. I hope you find something meaningful. Okay. To your surprise, many relatives of deceased Liar Squad members are here for the Remembrance Day event. Is this really just a coincidence? As you ponder this question, the relatives have gathered in front of Charon.
Miss, I'm sorry for being mean to you before. Mom told me you were protecting Dad until the very last moment before you passed out. I shouldn't have said you left him to die.
I'm really sorry. Zeta was really young when it happened, so she was too little to understand, and I haven't really talked about it. I hope she didn't upset you.
No, she was right. If only I'd been strong enough to take down most of the Ethereals, maybe they wouldn't have ended up in that situation.
Oh, that's not fair. The old capital was falling. No single person's strength could ever be the deciding factor in the face of a disaster like that.
In spite of it all, you survived. If they were still here, I'm sure they'd see that as something to celebrate.
My voice for it was pretty off.
I've always known the truth. I failed to protect them. A weakling like me survived, and the rest of them disappeared without a trace. This isn't solace. It's the worst possible outcome. That's something I can't face. I've never had the courage to tell you I couldn't protect your loved ones. All I can do is wander New Eridu, hoping to find some trace of them. Even after all this time, I still haven't accomplished anything. I'm sorry.
You really don't know us at all. This isn't the worst possible outcome by any means. Styx, my husband, and all his comrades who lost their lives, each one of them left behind their own legacy. Just look all around you. Everyone standing before you is a legacy they protected that is carried on to this day.
Yeah, because they had to evacuate from the old capital, right?
After my husband passed away, Zeta and I received survivor benefits. And with all the odd jobs I've been doing, we've managed to get to where we are today. Styx always wanted our daughter to study art, and Zeta's interested in it too. Now, that dream has become a reality. She just got accepted into the art school in Janus Quarter.
Mom and I have our tough days, but I often think of Dad's cheerful laughter, and that memory gives me the strength to keep pushing through. One day, it'll all pay off, just like it has now.
Thank you for always being by my husband's side, even at the very end.
Well, I suppose you must have heard about my condition from my son?
Ethel, Cocytus used to tell me about you.
Cocytus.
He often took leave or skipped work to earn extra money by part-timing, or to care for you when you were sick in bed.
Yes, that's true, but I bet he never told you my illness became so bad that I needed major surgery, and he worked his tail off to raise the money. Who would have thought he would pass before me?
Oh, I was fucking teared up for this.
I used the benefits from his death for the surgery, and that's the only reason I'm here today. In a way, his passing allowed my life to continue.
It's messed up, but it's what he would have wanted.
Every time I think about it, I feel like I need to keep my body healthy and live a few more years. The sights I see, I believe he can sense them from somewhere far away. When I was too weak to take care of him, it was you and your comrades who stayed by his side. Thank you for everything that you've done for him.
As for me, well, I'm currently working as a fashion designer.
A fashion designer? Is that because of Acheron?
It is. I'm sure you remember how much she loved beautiful things. She was always into fashion, so I decided to become part of that world. That way, she can always be with me. I admit I had no idea how fun fashion design could be until I actually gave it a shot. I wish I'd figured that out sooner. We would have had so much more to talk about. Anyway, I'm planning to start my own fashion brand next year. She used to say that after retiring from the army, she wanted to pursue fashion design. I really want to carry on her dream. It feels like my life's purpose. You know, she used to talk about you when she came home for the holidays. How your rivalry pushed her to keep improving. So, thank you. I'm proud of my sister. And I'm proud of you, too.
As you can see, all of us have made it to this day, carrying the will of those we loved. So please don't say they left nothing behind. They've always been a part of every pain and joy we've experienced over the years. Please remember, everything and everyone in New Eridu is only here today because you all risked your lives in battle.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. It's been wonderful to hear about how you're all doing and to listen to these words. I'm so glad I decided to come here on Remembrance Day.
Speaking of which, I wasn't expecting to see any of you. What brings you here today?
Were they invited?
I could ask you the same thing, Ethel. Last time I asked, you said you weren't coming. I only came because I suddenly got a DM from Nathan. He said he really wanted me to be here.
I'm here because of Nathan's message, too. He was pretty insistent, so I thought he'd be here. But I've been looking around for a while now. I still haven't seen him.
So, it's the same for all of us. I responded to his message, but he never wrote back. Isn't that strange?
Sorry, but who's this Nathan you're talking about?
Nathan is Lethe's younger brother. Frankly, out of all of us, he's probably the one who wants to see you the most. He used to be part of the Defense Force himself, and...
The day the old capital fell, his squad was responsible for supporting the forces that had already entered the Hollow, which included all of you. He's told us that story so many times. When they saw how bad things were in that Hollow, some of the reinforcements called off their plans and pulled back. He tried to stop them, but there was nothing he could do.
He always blamed himself and wanted to find you to apologize. But the truth is, the reinforcements retreating was inevitable. Shortly after their retreat, headquarters issued the official order. We all lost someone in that disaster. And for a while, we resented the reinforcements for their decision. But over time, we came to understand it, and we eventually let it go. There was no avoiding casualties in that battle. In hindsight, it wasn't wrong for headquarters to prioritize saving their strength.
May I ask what the name of Nathan's squad was when he was in the Defense Force?
The Impera squad of the Obsidian Division. Is something wrong?
Nothing. It's just... I think I might have stumbled upon the answer I was looking for.
No wait, if Grim Vulture is actually Nathan, that is a really good voice filter. After 4 family members paid their respects and left, they continued touring on Remembrance Day. Charon stood there in a daze, seemingly having understood something. That moment, a sound came from the open space in front of the outpost. It seemed someone had stepped onto the podium. The citizens all gathered in the podium, preparing to listen to the person's speech. It's Zoe, right? According to the schedule for Remembrance Day, it should be time for a representative of retired Defense Force veterans to give a speech. Looks like the speech is about to begin. I feel a bit concerned. Proxy, could we go over and listen to the speech for a moment? Hello everyone, I'm honored to... today we gathered to commemorate Remembrance Day, a day born from the... Many of us lost relatives and friends at the disaster, and I am no exception. In combat, I was the only survivor from my squad, and everyone else perished.
Is that Zoe on the podium?
Is she here to speak on behalf of the soldiers?
Is she here to speak on behalf of the soldiers? A decorated veteran. That seems fitting. But I don't see Jesse or Aaron around. Didn't they come?
Everyone please, quiet down. Zoe, of Nemesis Squad, a representative of the veterans, will now deliver the Remembrance Day speech.
Hello, everyone. I'm honored to stand here and speak on behalf of all of the soldiers of the Defense Force. Today,
That's Zoe.
we gather to commemorate Remembrance Day,
I would
a day
not
born
have
from the tragedy
thought
of the old
it
capital's
was
fall.
her. But the voice... I could
Many of
hear
us
her.
lost relatives or friends in the disaster, and I am no exception. Every member of my squad perished in that battle, leaving me as the only survivor. Losing the friends you cherish to the Hollow is a pain that never fades. It's a sorrow that will stay with us, now and forever. However, to the families of the fallen soldiers, hold your heads high with pride for your loved ones who gave their lives. They fought to the very last moment when the old capital fell. Death isn't the end, nor dishonor. It is their eternal medal. They gave their lives facing an unstoppable disaster, exchanging their sacrifice for the world we have today. In doing so, they fulfilled their duties as soldiers to perfection. Without the blood they spilled, Eridu would not have endured, and New Eridu would never have risen from the ashes. In honor of the wishes of the departed, look ahead, people of New Eridu. Our thoughts and remembrance of those who passed will be carried in every flicker of candlelight and in every bouquet of flowers.
Though his speech is met with a wave of prolonged applause, yet, amidst the claps, she droops her head, her expression darkening. She stays silent, waiting for the applause to fade before lifting her gaze and scanning the crowd. Her eyes pause briefly on Charon, carrying a chilling aura.
My speech was meant to end here, but since you all seem quite engaged, please allow me to share a little more. The reason you all agree with what I've said is because it offers a way to step away from the pain. That's what the living do. They seek ways to ease the weight of others' deaths, so they can find a way to start over. This is the New Eridu of today. A huge disaster consumed the old capital, and the people who survived it keep saying things like, treasure the moment and start fresh to numb themselves, hoping to forget the nightmare. No one talks about the soldiers who gave their lives in Hollow Zero. No one asks why they had to die. The brave gave their lives battling the ethereal onslaught, while the weak survived. This is a New Eridu, built by weaklings.
Okay, good.
Its order founded upon their way of thinking. Your applause makes me realize you all accept this logic. Each of you had loved ones who sacrificed their lives in the fall of the old capital. And now, you're thankful that someone has encouraged you to move on from them. What meaning does the sacrifice of those who died have if you all choose to forget? Have you never thought about why your own loved ones had to die? And why no one is responsible for their deaths?
Miss Zoe, there's not much time left for your...
Open your eyes! I'm speaking to those who have lost loved ones! If death is the medal for the fallen, then pain is the cross the living must bear. If you fear its weight and run from the suffering, the soldiers will never find peace in their eternal rest.
Jeez. I imagine where she saw her squad die, that was definitely traumatizing, but...
To tear the wound open once again, so you'll never forget the searing pain! That's the real meaning of Remembrance Day!
Jeez.
I don't agree.
Charon, I didn't expect you to be here for Remembrance Day. How are things going with your search? Seems like you have something to say.
Among the people standing here, there's a woman who raised her daughter with the survivor benefits left by her husband. Another who's been able to carry on with her life thanks to the final efforts of her child. And yet another who's found purpose because of the influence of his late sister. The will of the deceased lives on in every person here. The soldiers who died during the fall of the old capital fought for this. The future that their loved ones are making for themselves now. The old me might have agreed with what you said, but someone taught me that pain and hardship can lead to hope. They helped me see that hope could be inherited, not just destroyed when life fades.
Tragedy is not the end, but the beginning of hope.
That's why. I believe the departed didn't leave us wounded or with a heavy cross to bear, but with a melody. Each of us holds a harmonica that plays the melody of life. At first, it may sound awkward, but it will eventually flow smoothly, taking on our own style, until it merges with our soul.
You seem quite certain about what you're saying. Tell me then, what kind of melody is left behind by those we've lost?
I'm not sure. I can't picture the exact melody, but I trust the answer I've chosen. And I trust everything I've seen and heard.
The melody would be true. From Honkai Impact.
A vague and insubstantial answer, isn't it? I was right about you, Charon. From the moment we met, I knew we'd never really understand each other.
I'm sorry you feel that way.
Everyone, I apologize for taking up your time. My speech ends here. Please feel free to continue with your visit.
Zoe exits the venue without sparing a single glance back, leaving the audience and the defense force in a state of confusion. Charon looks thoughtfully in the direction she disappeared.
What do you think, Proxy?
Something's off.
Her demeanor and what she said earlier. Something was clearly off. I have a bad feeling.
You mean about her real identity, right? Looks like we're on the same page.
I thought it was Jessie. But then I heard the voice, like, okay, it's not Jessie.
Shielded by her identity as a decorated soldier, she seemed pretty confident that we wouldn't confront her directly on military ground, like at the outpost. She arrived so brazenly and left without a care. If I'm right about this, she'll be trying to contact us again in no time.
Just as she finishes her sentence, the phone rings again. Shepard appears on the screen as you answer the video call. He seems panicked and anxious to speak, but the moment he sees that you're in Scott Outpost, he stalls back the words and clears his throat instead.
Looks like you're a little busy, so I'll keep it short. The client just sent me a location via Knock Knock, along with a picture of several unconscious, tied-up individuals. I'll send you the location shortly. It should be an entrance to the Hollow in Port Elpis. At this stage, I don't have any further requests. My only hope is that you'll proceed with caution.
A location with a picture of the hostages. Looks like Grim Vulture is losing patience and wants to put an end to all this.
What do you plan on doing?
Charon, what's your plan? No matter what you decide, I'll stay by your side till the end.
Wait, this makes sense. Oh god, I just realized there's, like... with Jesse and Aaron when they were kidnapped, it was clearly premeditated. But Zoe's just like, oh, I coincidentally bumped into this person and then I got knocked out. Now, it could just be like pure coincidence, but everything else is premeditated. Charon doesn't answer right away. Instead, she takes out her harmonica and looks down at it, as if she's trying to decide. In the end, she tucks her harmonica away.
I've made up my mind. Proxy, please accept my official commission. Help me venture into the depths of the Hollow to rescue the client and any other hostages. It's time to put an end to this. It's up to me to stop Grim Vulture. Stop her from crushing everything in front of her with that heavy cross.
You leave the Remembrance Day event with Charon and return to the video store. She cleans her firearm multiple times and keeps adjusting her breathing. The showdown is about to begin. Proxy, thank you for accompanying me this far. In the upcoming battle, Grim Vulture has likely already set up a stage filled with traps. We may need to brace ourselves for a tough fight. Do you have any strategy in mind, Charon? To be honest, there isn't a fully viable strategy. The opponent is a sniper and can keenly anticipate the timing and trajectory of each of my shots, dodging in advance. Entering the battlefield pre-prepared by such a formidable enemy alone, it's foreseeable that she will continuously occupy elevated sniper positions, relentlessly targeting us, while we will have very few opportunities to land a hit on her. Wouldn't that mean we'd be easy prey? Theoretically speaking, that's right. In a sniper duel, the one who fails to secure the best vantage point or exposes their position is always the loser. But I believe there's still a chance. In our previous fight, I could sense the pride and impatience of Grim Vulture as a sniper. I'm not sure where that impatience comes from, but that pride is definitely something we could turn against her. She was talking about how she's the more skilled sniper and whatnot. I believe she would never accept the idea of me surpassing her in sniping skills. If I can outmatch her at a critical moment, she will lose her composure. That will be the only instance she exposes a weakness. Proxy, this is the strategy I've chosen. Grim Vulture may indeed be the superior sniper, but I will surpass her and make this strategy succeed. To win this battle despite the overwhelming disadvantage, please entrust your back to me, Proxy. I need you, as my companion, to support me. You have to do the same then, Charon. Entrust your back to me as well. Yes, I will. I will protect you, so please also provide me with your guidance. Wise, it might seem a bit odd to bring this up at this moment, but you must be careful. Grim Vulture really intends to take our Charon's lives. I'd still be worried. We'll definitely come out victorious. I'll do my best to assist you. Let's put an end to this once and for all. Alright. One last fight. Piercing rain.
I am the Eye of Obel.
The Antis Number 0, Captain of Silver Squad. It's been a while.
Lock and load. Let's go.
Charon, look. Another communicator.
Another communicator. It's a bad habit for a sniper to be so talkative.
Oh, really? I think it's rather good for my mental health to witness in real time how my target becomes desperate and gives up their struggle.
Do you really still need to disguise your voice? I thought you didn't want to hide anymore, Zoe.
There we are.
You're right. Seems there's no need for secrecy anymore. I, Zoe, the sniper known as Grim Vulture of Nemesis Squad, send you my regards.
Zoe. No. Grim Vulture. You, like me, were one of the advanced troops deployed to suppress Hollow Zero right after the fall of the old capital, right? Noct, Kartess, and Impera Squad. So far, all the victims have been members of these squads. They were initially supposed to enter the Hollow to reinforce the advanced troops.
But they didn't.
Nemesis, your squad, lacking reinforcements, lost everyone except you in the fall of the old capital. You blamed their deaths on the absence of reinforcements and sought revenge on them. That's my conclusion.
They weren't the main ones who made the choice, though. It was headquarters, no?
Just like me. The fall of the old capital left you entirely alone.
A sniper, the sole survivor, a mere pawn abandoned by the military. Don't you think we're very much alike?
And yet you tried to kill her.
The Impera squad member, Nathan, the one you're searching for, he pleaded with me to let him go when I was about to kill him.
Yeah, he's the
saying
client.
he had to see you no matter what. That's how you caught my attention. I let him live to get all sorts of information on you. I was so curious about you that I even set a trap, disguising myself as a victim to get closer to you. It turned out we share the same story. We even got the same PTSD symptoms. After all these years, we still see images of our teammates before they die. It's impossible to erase them from our minds. It's just, you use ridiculous fantasies to numb yourself, chasing after illusions of your squad mates. Well, I can't afford to be as naive as you. One night, when I was overwhelmed with the unbearable images of my comrades' deaths, vomiting and crying, I finally realized the meaning behind their appearance before me. They were pleading with me, pleading for vengeance against those who abandoned us, begging me to destroy the repulsive, hypocritical new order of New Eridu.
I doubt that. But that's how you chose to go.
I carried on their will. I began kidnapping targets and sniping them in the Hollow, watching as they became corrupted and died in despair.
Do you really think this is what they'd want?
What else? Would they want me to be like you, playing at a game of finding my missing squad mates, accepting their deaths when I'm done playing, and then forgiving the very enemy who killed them? What a noble and virtuous gesture! Forgive on behalf of fallen comrades, coexist with New Eridu's order, and live peacefully among cowards. It's precisely because you and I are so similar that this hypocritical and cruel attitude makes it even harder for me to forgive you. After our first conversation, I was certain I must end your life myself to prove I'm right.
That's exactly what I wanted to say to you, too. Because we've suffered the same hardships, I can't accept the path of destruction you've chosen. Jesse, Aaron, Nathan, the client I've been searching for, and any other targets of revenge you've set your sights on. They all feel regret and struggle over the choices they made back then.
They too will.
But you can't see any of that. You didn't target the higher-ups who misjudged the situation, the dangerous ethereals who killed your comrades, or the ones responsible for the fall of the old capital. Instead, you went after the easiest targets. Grim Vulture, as a sniper of the Eridu Defense Force, you have failed in your duty. To preserve the will and hope left by my comrades, I'm going to put an end to your actions right here!
That suits me just fine. A sniper should let the gun do the talking. Make it to the deepest part of the Hollow alive, and I'll meet you with nothing but raw malice.
Alright.
Since you made it here, let me reward you with a few things you don't know. Noct, Cartus, Impera, and many other squads. Did you know the reinforcements that were meant to back us up ended up deciding to retreat? Did you know the reinforcements that were meant to back us up ended up deciding to retreat? Did you know the reinforcements that were meant to back us up ended up deciding to retreat? Did you know the reinforcements that were meant to back us up ended up deciding to retreat? Did you know the reinforcements that were meant to back us up ended up deciding to retreat? Did you know the reinforcements that were meant to back us up ended up deciding to retreat? Did you know the reinforcements that were meant to back us up ended up deciding to retreat? Did you know the reinforcements that were meant to back us up ended up deciding to retreat? Did you know the reinforcements that were meant to back us up ended up deciding to retreat? Did you know the reinforcements that were meant to back us up ended up deciding to retreat? Did you know the reinforcements that were meant to back us up ended up deciding to retreat? Did you know the reinforcements that were meant to back us up ended up deciding to retreat?
made the judgment of my captured both unquestioned kill first. You wouldn't believe how funny it was.
How do you shoot from there? You're so funny. Boo! This guy stinks!
Them too? Or are they already?
You still care about them? Or should I say... It looks like I haven't made enough of a threat to your life if you still have the time to worry about them. Why not leave their fate and unsolved mysteries?
Down strategy.
Normally that's more suspenseful, right?
Recalibrating.
In any case, when you stumble into the underworld with your beauty sight filling out, it's more exciting to wait until then to reveal the answer.
The wind and rain are picking up.
This extreme weather is perfect for sending you to your grave. No one will hear your screams and cries as you die.
Got it.
By the time the rain stops, the only thing left will be your cold.
I hope just.
I wonder, do you remember the weather on the day the old capital fell?
Ether-driven action.
It wasn't heavy rain like now, but the sky just both your teammates and mine, they all perished in a place like this.
Strong move, everyone. So far?
I guess I'm actually doing something good.
In what way?
Because if I like you and your teammates die here, maybe you'll be reunited. Aww. You should be grateful. I'll make sure you die just as painfully as your teammates did.
Grim Vulture, are you in pain?
Oh, 100%. She probably chose the worst way to cope with it, but definitely.
I'm the one in charge of this conversation. I haven't given you permission to ask questions. You made it part of the Hollow. Such determination deserves praise. Now, it's time for the final showdown.
Increase firepower.
What knight will ever confront their enemy head on? I've prepared a little gift for you.
Target locked.
I named it dangerous material by abducting and corrupting a high-ranking officer. It wasn't easy luring it here.
Oh,
You can play with it for a while.
Thank you.
As for me, I'll watch you from above. Then I'll put a bullet right through your heart.
Oh yeah, you can see her sniping now.
failure as a sniper is the one who's been forced into a corner, like you!
The wind. It's shifting.
Oh?
I won't fall for your distractions so easily.
Oh.
What?
I will surpass you with my own melody of victory.
Damn!
And let the wind be the opening notes.
Charon! No! Wake up! Charon! That's...
Nice. After the gunshot, the hollow falls silent once more, leaving only the countless biting raindrops, attempting over and over to wash away the scent of blood that oozed from the wounds of the defeated, only to fail time and time again. The loser pays no attention to her mortal wound, only staring at the distant horizon, as though salvation might be waiting there. Sometime later, the victor has climbed the steel and stands in front of her. They share their last words while the defeated still has the energy to converse.
Just you? Where's your friend, the Proxy?
The Proxy went to rescue the hostages. I want to speak with you alone. A sniper should always monitor the changes to their surroundings, factoring the environment into their tactics. Being blinded by the intent to kill and failing to take this into account was your downfall.
Didn't expect to be lectured by a youngster. What a disgrace. When my view was blocked, I realized you'd used the visual blind spot to reposition. So I adjusted my aim accordingly. But I still couldn't hit you.
Your prediction and accuracy were spot on. I was just saved once again by this. By both this harmonica and by my former comrades.
Are you trying to say that this is destiny? That it's the will of my companions guarding me? I lost to the wave of ethereals, to the military's betrayal. And now I lose to your reckless actions, driven by some ridiculous fantasy. Your fantasy, your attitude, your very existence, and the outcome of this battle. They are the greatest denial and insult to my revenge.
Yet you're emitting a much calmer ether energy now. Almost as if you found relief.
My vision is fading. I can't see my comrades on the brink of death anymore. My wounds are fatal, but I don't feel any pain. Relief. It's not such a bad thing.
Did you intend for me to kill you from the start?
Let me answer that question with a story. The first time I saw you was actually during the fall of the old capital.
So she probably saw what happened to
My comrades were all dead, and the reinforcements the higher-ups promised before the mission never came. I can't even remember how long the fight went on. Ultimately, I had no choice but to retreat, failing to bring back my squad mates' bodies. I made my way through one battle line after another. The advanced troops were nearly wiped out. But when I reached a certain front, a small squad of survivors called out to me. Few people can still stand after such severe corruption and injury, but all 5 of them were still fighting. They were protecting a girl who had lost her sight and fallen unconscious while searching for a way out of the hollow. They told me they were beyond saving, and if I planned to retreat, I must take the girl with me. I couldn't turn down the last request of a group of heroic soldiers about to die in battle.
She was the one who saved Trigger.
Your comrades entrusted your life to me. I was the one who brought you out of the hollow. You already know what happened afterward. It didn't take long for you to leave the Defense Force after you came to. Just like me, I developed PTSD so intense that sometimes I couldn't even hold a normal conversation. But for me, the hardest blow was the death of my squad. To an orphan like me, they were family.
Just like her.
If the reinforcements had kept their word and provided support, they wouldn't have died for nothing. Don't you ever have that thought?
To say I don't would be a lie. But I think deep down you know. From the moment we stepped into the Hollow, there was no way we were getting saved. Given how quickly the Hollow was spreading, and the ever-increasing number of Ethereals, it would take the sacrifice of countless Defense Force troops to suppress it. It wasn't something that could have been accomplished in such a short time. The reinforcements would have only been a drop in the bucket. More sacrifices without results. Canceling the reinforcements. Sending the advanced troops to rescue as many civilians as possible to minimize casualties. I think most commanders would have made the same decision.
Objective and cold logic. I understand it, of course. But when you see members of the reinforcements living happy lives years later, can you still keep your composure? I couldn't. Even if the chance was minuscule, I wanted my squad mates to survive. But they turned that chance to zero, and still have the nerve to embrace a peaceful future. I can't help but resent them. By the time I realized what I'd done, I had already taken several lives. Nathan. When I tied him up and was about to kill him, he begged me to spare him, saying he had something to give you, no matter what. That was when you re-entered my line of sight. I think I've said this before. We're very similar, yet we have completely opposite beliefs. After meeting you, I became even more certain. In the face of suffering, I chose destruction, while you were destined to choose to protect. But you're still entangled in your obsession with your squad mates. If this continues, you'll eventually sink into a void of despair. Your hope is like a bubble, ready to burst at any moment. The version of you I want to kill is the complete one, who can firmly reject my answer. If you haven't found your answer yet, then I'll be the one to push you forward. I kill you, or you end me. Either way works. But after seeing your growth, maybe I'd prefer you to step over my body. That's the final answer.
Why?
Emptiness and doubt. No matter how many targets of my revenge I took down, nothing changed. Aiming my gun at former comrades, drowning in hate and rage, all it left was a hollow emptiness. But you're different. You've gained unconditional trust from the proxy. You have the courage to fight through my trap. And eventually, you'll have a melody that's uniquely yours. My belief has faltered. I finally remember. My squad mates were fools, just like you. You're right. They would never want me to become this way. And talk about carrying their cross. But in truth, I never carried their will.
I know she's killed who knows how many people, but I do still feel a little bad for her.
So be it. Take the hostage and go. A villain stained with the blood of others deserves nothing but a miserable end. I'm looking forward to how long you'll be able to protect those in front of your eyes.
Aaron doesn't leave. Instead, she kneels beside Grim Vulture, picks up the bullet-marked harmonica, and begins playing a melody titled Homecoming. The melody briefly takes over the roaring downpour, reaching the ears of Grim Vulture as she lies bleeding out, barely clinging to life. A faint glimmer appears in her empty eyes in her final moments.
It can still be played after taking a bullet. Impressive.
This is my final melody to you. No matter how miserable you've become, I'll still remember you. Remember we once shared the same path in life. But in the end, our paths diverged. Your hatred has long twisted into sin. But if not for you, I wouldn't have learned how to hate, or found the true targets of my hatred. I used to know nothing. My teammates served as my teachers and taught me so much. And I think you must be my final teacher. You taught me, in the most intense way, what hatred truly means.
Really? So you found someone you want revenge against, too. That's good.
Who's that? The melody of homecoming plays on as the girl endures the agony of her ocular rejection, struggling to make the harmonica's notes rise above the sound of the rain. As the last note fades amidst the relentless downpour, the defeated one takes her final breath. Rest in peace. You rescue the kidnapped people, leave the Hollow, anonymously report things to public security, and update the Shepherd on the situation. The series of tasks that need to be done after such an intense battle leaves you dizzy. After requesting to meet the client with Shepherd, you receive his message calling you to Port Elpis. Proxy, we've arrived at the port. According to Shepherd, he, the client, and the rescued Jesse and Aaron should all be here. Let's go talk to them. Is something bothering you? Proxy, you noticed. Even though we defeated Grim Vulture, I still can't seem to let it go. Just as I thought. When the wind changed and the falling banner blocked her vision, she could have retreated, waited for her sight to clear, then resumed sniping. If she had done that, I would have had no chance of winning. But her pride wouldn't allow her to take an action that implicitly admitted her tactics were inferior. She still chose to engage in a shootout with me despite the blind spot. Does this just prove your strategy was successful? But after realizing that she actually wanted to die, I started to wonder, was my course of action something she deliberately led me into? I would find a way to break her trap and create an opportunity for a reversal. And she was waiting for that moment, ready to test whether I truly surpassed her through a direct confrontation. I believe that was her intention. Our feelings must have been very complicated. Proxy, you told me that Grim Vulture once appeared here at the port, standing by the trash can on the wooden pier, gazing out at the sea. What was she thinking back then, I wonder? Sorry, I was just talking to myself. Let's go meet the client together. Unfortunately, I did not go out to the fucking port. He's still alive and hasn't become another of Grim Vulture's victims. I suppose that's the best news we could have. Although I already understand that the client's true identity is not my teammate. It may not bring the hope I've longed for. I still want to face him. Alright, let's go. What does he have to give? Shepherd and Jesse? Shepherd and Jesse seem to be exchanging tips about working in the internet intelligence trade. When he notices you want to talk to Jesse, Shepherd cuts the conversation short and moves to a spot a bit further away. Ah, we meet again. How should I put it? You saved my life again. I really don't know how to thank you enough. Are you okay? Physically, I wasn't hurt much, but my mood is complicated. Being kidnapped by the same person twice. Maybe my intellect isn't really suited for being an information broker. I'm already considering a career change. Looking back now, someone who truly wanted to kill me then and there wouldn't have deliberately knocked me out again and left me to be rescued by you. But at the same time, I was just relieved to have survived and never even suspected Zoe. She suddenly showed up at my door, claiming to have important information. I was completely unprepared. That's how I ended up being tied up in the Hollow for the second time. What happened next? She no longer hid and played the hunting game with me, but instead stood directly in front of me, pointing her gun at me and revealed the true reason why she wanted to kill me. The events of the fall of the old capital are something I really don't want to remember. I know I'm a coward. In the most critical moment, I chose to retreat along with the rest of the troops. But if you had seen that rapidly expanding Hollow Zero in person, you would have been terrified too. The moment you stepped inside, death was certain. Every soldier present knew that. My actions during the fall of the old capital are a stain on my career in the Defense Force. But when I learned Zoe's true identity, I thought that being killed by her would be nothing less than what I deserved. But she didn't kill you. Yeah, no matter how resigned I was when I was about to be killed, I was still terrified. So I desperately begged her for mercy. But she didn't pull the trigger. I mustered the courage to meet her gaze, only to find her eyes empty, looking at me as if I were an insect. She raised her gun, emptied the bullets into the ceiling, and walked away. It's meaningless. Those were the last words she said to me. Tell me, back then, outside Hollow Zero, when we judged that our current forces couldn't stop the disaster and chose to retreat, did we really make the wrong choice? I don't know. What's the point of asking you anyway? What answer was I hoping to hear from you? Anyway, thank you. At the very least, because of this incident, I'm afraid I will never forget the nightmare of the old capital. Old capital's fall, nor the moment Zoe looked at me with those hollow eyes. Phaethon. I'll remember the two of you. Are you angry? How could I not be angry? I clearly told you that if someone dies, you must inform me immediately. And I would bring in experienced Hollow Raiders to handle the situation. Yet you hid it from me and went on with the adventure. 2 inexperienced proxies with only 1 combatant to help. And you still challenged a bloodthirsty former soldier who's killed so many? If I had known what you were planning to do, I would never have shared those location details with you. I came here seeking a win-win, not to see rookies charge off into danger and get themselves killed. I guess we can't work together anymore. Can't work together? What do you mean we can't work together? Being able to defeat such a cunning killer, and possessing that unique technique of controlling Bangbu. You show me incredible strength and exclusive tech like this, Phaethon. How could I ever regard other proxies the same way after witnessing what you can do? From now on, I, Shepard, will handle your commissions. I'm betting on you, and I can already foresee the day you'll reign supreme on Internet. My career is finally on the rise. It's me who should be thanking you. No matter how famous information brokers get, their influence is limited. But if one day Phaethon becomes a legendary proxy, Shepard will also become renowned on Internet. But don't do anything so risky again. I don't want to bet something to happen to the treasure I've bet on. It's you. Thank you for saving me. Thank you for finding a soldier who could take down Zoe. Are you okay? My ribs are fractured. I'm here today, barely holding on. Just to thank you in person. It's too foolish. Never even considered the possibility that Zoe was the perpetrator. On the way home from the ballet twins, we walked together. She easily knocked me unconscious from behind and brought me to the hollow again. If I had known earlier that she was the perpetrator, I would have killed her right then and there. That friend of yours. Zoe tied me up in a room in the Port Elpis Hollow, told me her reasons for killing, and was about to shoot me. But all I could think about was that she had kidnapped my friend. I kept questioning her. Back then, outside the hollow, my friend and I were both part of the reinforcement troops. I indeed felt the situation was dire and voted to retreat. But my friend, she voted to go in. Why did you go after her? If you want revenge, she should have just killed me. Where is she now? I didn't even care about the gun pointed at my throat. Just repeating these few sentences over and over until she admitted that she had killed my friend. I'll never forgive her. Even if choosing to retreat was my mistake, even if she carried the pain of losing her companions, I had only one thought: to take her down with me. But you survived. Yes, I couldn't break free from the ropes. I couldn't threaten her. All I could do was insult her over and over, begging her to kill me. But she didn't. She pinned me to the ground and beat me half to death, but stopped just before pulling the trigger. I glared at her with hatred, only to find her returning the gaze with even greater hatred, her face streaked with tears. Why would scum like you even care about their companions? She kicked me twice with all her strength, and then left with those words. How many innocent lives has she taken so far? How many families have been torn apart because of her? She still dares to call me scum? But now that she's dead, there's no point in saying anything more. My friend will never come back, and I can never forget the fall of the old capital, or the series of nightmares that have followed recently. I can meet her again in hell after I die, and I'll settle the score with her. Till that time comes, I'll make sure to survive. Anyway, thank you. Jeez. Where's Nathan?
So you're the sniper from Liar Squad. It's nice to finally meet you.
And you must be the one who's been searching for me. Nathan, the younger brother of Lethe. It's good to see you safe and sound.
That's right. I'm sorry for causing all this trouble. I nearly cost you your life, becoming a target of a victim from the fall of the old capital. Maybe that's what I get, not helping my brother and the rest of the defense force back then. When the reinforcements decided to retreat, I spoke out against it. I had family among the soldiers already in the Hollow, but I didn't have the courage to take that step. The one that might have cost me my life. I'm sorry.
You don't need to feel regret or apologize. The outcome wasn't something you could have controlled. You cared deeply for Lethe, and even today you still think of him. To someone like him, who always cherished family, that's more than enough.
Thank you. I heard you've been searching for the members of Liar Squad all these years. I'm nothing compared to your determination. Thank you for everything you've done, but please stop the search. It's time for you to start living a life that's truly your own. I hate to say this as a family member, but back then, they were already...
I know. You don't need to say it. I've been drowning in a fantasy of my own making for years, but it's a fantasy that kept me from falling into the abyss. Nathan, Grim Vulture told me you have something you want to give me. Is that why you commissioned someone to find me?
Yes. After learning about the bond between you and your squad, I knew I couldn't live with myself if I didn't get this to you. So I got on my knees and begged Grim Vulture, even playing this recording for her, hoping it would move her, regardless of how things unfolded. What matters is that it wasn't destroyed, and I'm here, alive, to hand it to you.
Nathan rummages through his jacket pocket and takes out a slightly worn tape. A tape from Liar Squad, discovered by Nathan, Lethe's younger brother. This long-sealed recording sparked the series of events that would follow. Years have passed, and while the tape's surface shows some wear, the audio within remains pristine, as crystal clear as if it was recorded just yesterday.
I found this while going through my brother's belongings. It's been tucked away for years. There's a recording on it, and I think it's a gift Liar Squad made for you, but never had the chance to give you.
Thank you so much. Do you mind if I listen to it now with the proxies?
With us?
With me and Belle? We're honored. I thought we were just here to collect the commission fee today.
Go ahead. As for the commission fee, I'll pay it to you both shortly, so don't worry about that.
Oh, thanks. Nathan takes a step back. Karen looks at you, her lips seeming to tremble slightly, and gently hold her hand. Feeling the warmth and strength in her palm, she presses the play button.
Hey, hello? Alright, it's a recording. This is a message from Liar Squad for our little sniper. Everyone ready? I'll count down. 3, 2, 1...
Congratulations on your 1000th day with Liar Squad!
Hey, you guys are totally out of sync. Captain, can we redo this? The anniversary gift has to be perfect.
Trigger.
That's our assault specialist, Acheron. She has a strong sense of aesthetics, prioritizing beauty in both combat and her daily life. She taught me a lot about makeup and fashion.
Oh, she won't care if we're a little off. Forget the re-record. Let's just get it done and order the cake. We don't want him to sell out.
That's our medic, Kakaitis. He's usually lazy and a bit of a smooth talker, but he's actually very capable and kind. He taught me a lot about unconventional negotiation tactics and ways of handling things.
You two, stop arguing during the recording. I've already ordered the cake. If you keep rambling, we really will have to re-record this. cut the chatter already.
And that's Styx, a reliable artillery specialist. He's the oldest in the squad. He loves sharing photos of his daughter and reminiscing about how he wooed his wife. The way he won her over inspired me a lot.
All right, let's all calm down. Wouldn't want to get on the captain's bad side. Captain, would you like to go first? We can edit or re-record whatever we need to.
That's our scout and engineer, Lethe. He's a bit self-conscious because of how his younger brother excels, and he's somewhat introverted, but he's actually very capable. He taught me sharp observation skills, calm execution under pressure, and how to make use of the environment.
Okay, thank you all for settling down before I completely lost my cool. It's fine. No need to cut anything or re-record. Let's just keep it as it is. Loud and messy, just like our Liar Squad.
That's our captain, who took me in and taught me how to play the harmonica. And the real Charon. I'll make sure to explain properly to you later, Proxy.
As you've heard, this recording is a little gift from the 5 of us. How time flies. When I brought you into the squad about 2.5 years ago, you were just a shy kid who blushed whenever you talked to someone.
Just like right now.
Over these 1,000 days, you've really worked hard to keep pace with our fighting rhythm. You've done incredibly well. In the last mission, your successful sniper kill of that high-risk ethereal really helped Acheron a lot. I hate to say it, but yeah, I went too far in last time. Thanks for getting me out of that mess. Just this once, I'll admit, your moves were more elegant in that fight.
And not just that fight. Ever since you became a quicker shot and learned to adjust for wind speeds on the fly, we've been taking fewer and fewer hits. Makes my job way easier. So, cheers.
You often worry about not doing enough. But in these 2.5 years, you've absorbed everything I know about stealth, reconnaissance, and tactical countermeasures. Trust me, you'll become an incredibly skilled sniper.
Having you covering us from the rear makes every fight feel safer. But you still have a lot to learn about socializing and romance. When peace finally comes to Eridu, leave us and live your own life.
Where did that come from? She's not leaving us. Even if she retires, she'll move into my house and I'll spoil her with loads of beautiful clothes. We can talk about living alone in 10 or 20 years. Sorry, I got carried away. Anyway, you're talented and hardworking. Over these 1,000 days, you've opened your heart to us and even encouraged us in return. Having you as a comrade is a blessing for all 5 of us. But I have to say one thing. You're always so sensitive and kind. Every time you see us get hurt, you look like you're about to break. Has our squad motto, having each other's backs, become too much of a burden for you? I get how you feel. When your squad mates trust you with their backs, your first instinct is to protect them, right? But that's not the way it should be. No one can shoulder everything alone. Don't try to carry everything on your own. Choosing to fight on the battlefield is my resolve. Feel it. Share yours with me. And when it's your turn to watch my back, I'll give my all to honor it too.
As long as you fight with all your strength, there's no such thing as failing to protect something. Because your will and our will is preserved and carried on in other ways.
But don't let that weigh on you. Try to trust in us, just like we trust in you, no matter what.
I've struggled with that kind of thinking myself, but I eventually made my way through it. All this talk of camaraderie, of keeping each other safe, it's like a harmonica melody scoring our time together. Even when things change, our tune will go on, and that's enough.
Exactly. Honestly, I'm sometimes terrified. Afraid that someday, you'll blame yourself for failing to protect us and fall apart. That's why I wanted to record this message. Please, don't try to bear everything alone. Maybe you can start relying on us more, fully entrusting your vulnerable side to us. Our will has long been intertwined with yours. We're comrades.
Sage story. Fuck. This one's just getting me. It's getting me.
This is getting way too sentimental. It doesn't feel like me anymore. Anyway, We just want to see you trusting your comrades enough to share your burdens, even if it isn't us. Finally, we'd like to give you the song that's closest to us. If what we've said is hard to understand, just feel it through the music. Please, enjoy my masterpiece, Homecoming.
Oh, cassette plays a familiar tune. Sound crisp and clear, as though it were recorded just yesterday. When the music fades, the tape goes silent, turning to the woman who calls herself Charon, as she desperately wipes away her troubled tears. The harbor wind ruffles her hair, and then at last, she lifts her head.
Proxy, do you remember? I was once terrified of seeing the look on their faces.
Of course. Can you see them clearly now?
Yes, crystal clear. As if I've returned to the exact moment of parting.
They're all corrupted.
So this is our last glance.
That's Nineveh.
This is the answer you wanted me to find. Thanks, guys. For everything.
And after meeting with Nathan, you spent a long time with Charon at Port Elpis, letting the sea breeze wash over you. You don't say a word. Because you both know it'll soon be time to part ways. As the temperature begins to cool, you head back to 6th Street with her.
Proxies. No. Lies. Belle. I've troubled you two a lot these days with my personal affairs. Words can't describe what you've done for me.
No worries. Honestly, my brother and I have been a bit lost recently. Meeting you, though, well, it feels like we've known each other forever. Doesn't it, Wise?
Our wills are aligned.
Yeah, we've learned a lot from you too. If nothing else, spending time with you really cheered us up. Perhaps we've always shared the same resolve.
Yeah. When I was trapped in self-doubt, unable to get out, I'm glad you were there with me. You're right. We've already entrusted our backs to each other as comrades. And because of that, because we are comrades, please, hear me out. Maybe you've already noticed. I'm sorry, but I've been keeping something from you. Charon isn't actually my codename. As I mentioned before, Charon was my captain's codename. When I met both of you for the first time, I didn't want to tell you my codename, because I thought someone who couldn't protect their squad mates had no right to one. So I lied. Captain Charon was an orphan like me, with no family to mourn her. I've been using her codename because I may be the last person in the world who still remembers her. But I understand now. If I want to keep moving forward, I can't keep hiding behind a lie. My true codename is...
Trigger? Stop her from continuing.
You don't have to tell me right now.
Charon, at the harbor, Nathan spoke to you privately. Was he offering you a chance to return to the Defense Force?
Yes. He said he still has a friend in the Defense Force who's currently forming a new squad. And if my goals align with theirs, I could consider joining them.
So, what's your decision? Where will you go next?
After everything that's happened, I think I do share the same goal as that friend of his and the new squad they're building. So I'll head back to the new Eridu Defense Force and keep chasing my new goal with a new team.
And your new goal is? Sounds like she has a target.
Your new goal... is it to look further into the fall of the old capital?
Who was responsible?
Yes. My encounter with Grim Vulture has made me realize this should be the true form of my vengeance. I'll uncover the real culprits behind the old capital's fall and make them pay for their crimes. If the ferryman who leads me to the truth demands a price, I'm willing to wager my life. I have a gut feeling the masterminds will reveal themselves again soon. To protect the city my comrades cherished and sacrificed their lives for, I won't allow such a tragedy to happen again. By letting the will to protect guide my hatred, I now have a clear aim toward the truth.
That's exactly why we can't be completely honest with each other right now.
That's what I thought. If that's the case, then for now, we shouldn't learn your true codename, nor entrust our backs to one another.
Are you saying we're on opposite sides?
No. We might walk different paths, but those paths will lead us to the same destination. It's just that, for now, we can't say any more than that.
And right now, we're still very powerless.
To be honest, after facing an enemy as ruthless as Grim Vulture, we're reminded of our own powerlessness. Watching you fight back, almost losing your life to a bullet. That feeling, we're nowhere near strong enough to protect you. And we're not strong enough to open up about our pasts either. Sorry.
Without a second thought or hesitation, Charon takes hold of each of your hands and brings them together at your chest.
If this is your slightly selfish principle, I'll respect it. You were once my proxies, and I'll keep this memory locked away as something I cherish. If, as you say, our destination is the same, then we should continue on our separate paths, striving to grow stronger. The next time we meet, I'll reveal my true codename. I hope we can become true comrades. I want your presence to forever remain in the melody of my life.
Deal.
Yes, it's a promise. We'll cross paths once again, Charon.
You watched a woman who calls herself Charon walk farther and farther away. A Defense Force soldier waits for her at the end of her path.
Hello. I'm the sniper from the former Liar Squad of the Chrysoberyl Division, recommended by Captain Nathan, originally of the new Eridu Defense Force's Obsidian Division, Impera Squad.
Ah, I heard about you from my superior. You're the one who dealt with the serial murders targeting the Defense Force, right? Well, the new Eridu Defense Force is ready to welcome you back. Let me confirm a few details before taking you to base. Which squad are you applying to join? And did you have a code name during your previous service?
I'm applying to join the Obsidian Division's Obel Squad. As for my codename, Trigger. I was Trigger of Liar Squad.
God. So wait, when Trigger saved the proxy, she had to have known who it was, right? Everything has come to an end. Wise, do you think we'll ever see Charon again? For sure. I'm looking forward to it too. Really hope we can grow, get stronger, and have greater power to face any crisis. When we reunite with her then, we have to hear her real codename. Great minds think alike. However, after hearing Charon and Grim Vulture's stories, I can't help but feel a bit sad. They had the same fate, but in the end, they walked completely different paths and became enemies. Wise, if, hypothetically, we also encounter enemies who once experienced the same fate, but now walk completely different paths, with opposing goals, forced to be enemies, what do you do? I'll defeat them in both in combat and ideology. It depends on who it is. For now, I'll say I would seek mutual understanding with them. Sounds just like something you would say, Wise. If that time ever comes, I'll join you in seeking understanding as well. We, Phaethon, should face everything together, right? After everything that's happened, I feel pretty exhausted. You must feel the same, right, Wise? How about we take a good rest first? The commissions from the Shepherd won't be as easy as we've been having it before, you know? Take a break. Out of sight. Feels like asking the Void Hunter to cut a fruit. Platter. It's not about the perfection of the tune. Yeah. Well-mannered, gentle, perceptive, and dependable. These are the qualities that best sum up the first impression Trigger leaves on people. That was a great agent story. Got me during Remembrance Day stuff. Grim Vulture dying, and then the tape. And just them reminiscing. Oh, yeah. Shit. Great, good story. Really fantastic. Is it my favorite one? I mean, in terms of how it made me feel, like, probably. Shit. There's some events to do. I should do those at some point. I don't know if I'll do it now. I think I'll... I'll hang out with Trigger, because I can, and then I'll go from there. Hey Trigger, what are you up to? I just completed a mission and I'm taking a break now. Are you busy today? Oh, I'll hang out with her and I'll watch the promotional footage. I'm totally free. Oh, really? I always feel like you're constantly busy. No, just ignore what I said. If you're free, would you want to meet up today? That's exactly what I was thinking. Your minds think alike. Let me work out my schedule. One moment. Alright, Proxy. I've the entire day free. Where are we heading? Want to come over to my place? Huh? Go to your place? Is that okay? Maybe I should have said Port Elpis, because that's where we technically first met. Spending my saved up vacation days to stay at your place. Isn't that a bit extravagant? Sometimes you should treat yourself to luxury. Do you mind picking me up at the metro station? I think the metro will be the easiest way to get to your place. Though I haven't figured out what we're going to do yet. I'm already looking forward to it. Meet up with Trigger at the metro entrance on 6th Street. Thanks for picking me up at the station, Proxy. The atmosphere on 6th Street is so nice. Let's go for a walk before we go to the store. Is there activity for today watching a movie? It's a secret. How mysterious. I'll look forward to it. Let's head out now. We could take our time. Maybe that's the first step towards extravagance. Roxy, let's walk slowly. You said walk slowly and then you're jogging. What do you mean? Should we stop by the convenience store? Yeah, let's buy some red bean buns. Or perhaps there's something else you want? We've here. Oh, that's such a bad typo. We're here. Will the team be waiting for us at the counter? It's still the same as it was back then. No, there's been some changes. I'm nostalgic. When was the last time I came to your little secret base? It's like everything here is just like when we first met. Actually, some things have changed. There's a new home VR, some more items on the workbench, and you got a little smart assistant. It can sense the marks on your life all around. That faulty TV is still here. You mean the one on the wall, second row from the top, third column from the left? From the sound of it, the connection issue seems to have been resolved now. Roxy, I'm so happy that you still remember. Sorry, I was too caught up in my thoughts. What should we do now? Whatever we like. Huh? There's no activity more extravagant than that. So this is what you meant by extravagant. Typical of a Proxy. So what do you want to do? Let me think. I actually have something I've always wanted to try with you. The videotapes on the bookcase. Let's randomly choose a few and have a movie marathon. I can't really see what's going on, but I can visualize what's happening if it's interesting enough. So, since we have plenty of time, let's start the movie marathon. You and Trigger randomly choose a few tapes, sit together on the couch, and begin your movie marathon. She's deeply invested, and every time the plot reaches an exciting point, you can feel the rise and fall of her emotions through the way she shifts her body on the couch. But the movies you pick aren't all great. Perhaps that's why by the 5th hour, you hear Trigger breathing gently beside you and feeling her head lightly resting on your shoulder. You realize she's asleep. You sit there quietly, letting time pass until she slowly wakes up. Did I fall asleep? Proxy, I hope I didn't do anything inappropriate? Not at all. Really? That's good. You've been working so hard. Work shouldn't be an excuse. I promised we'd while away the hours together. I'm sorry I didn't keep my word. Sleeping whenever you want? That's really whiling away the hours. So, we'll continue next time? Oh, right, Grace. I should probably do that. Because she's, I don't want to do anything else until her voice actor hopefully comes back. I really hope her voice actor comes back. Previous experiment results. Oh, it's you. What a coincidence. Your little Bangboo. Eos, was it? What an impressive little one. There are some questions about Eos I'd like to ask you. I'm not sure my... Go ahead. Don't worry, it's just some standard questions, nothing to stress you out. Let's start with the child's nerve mapping logic. Meet Grace by chance and have a detailed discussion about Bangboo, passing the time. Grace seems to have a genuine interest in Eos. So it turns out there is a way to deal with that. Very clever. Thanks. Talking to Eos provided me with important inspiration. I'll go back and test it. Alright, oh yeah, Rena as well. I wonder if it's the one about in front of the newsstand, because if it's that one, I've done that before. Please. Oh, that streamer person? Vlogger? I don't know. That skirt, that hairband, they're all such top quality. It's on a completely different level to all the maid outfits I've seen at Comic-Cons. If you got any extra, would you sell me one? Or just let me know where I can get my hands on one? What's wrong, Rena? Ah, it's you, manager. This young lady here is very interested in the maid outfit I have on. Keeps asking me about buying it. Because it's really cute. Don't you think it totally suit me? It'll totally slay if I wear it on my live stream. Please let me make it clear. This is not a prop costume for live streaming or performances. It's a highly standard formal maid uniform. Huh? There's people actually working as maids out there? I thought it was only in the movies or anime. Whatever. The more formal the uniform, the more it stands out. Give me a price. Just tell me how much. Allow me to reiterate. This uniform is not for sale. However, I can tell you the price. This entire outfit costs 2.2 million dennies. How much did you just say? Why is it so expensive? Don't tell me maid outfits are designer brands now. I mean, it's for work. Let me think. The inner lining is made of 100% insulated fabric, while the outer layer is a special anti-adhesive material which is resistant to stains and even ambient ether up to a certain point. The gloves contain a double layer coated with a magnetic field. It's armor. Hold up, wait a minute. I don't understand anything what you said after the word insulated. Even though a maid's job was so dangerous. Yes, the battle against stains rages on. To meet the demands of various emergencies, I have to prepare multiple sets of the same outfit. Let me think. 2 sets for work, 1 set for the streets, 1 set for after hours resting, and 1 set as an emergency backup. $10 million plus 11 million? That's 5 identical maid outfits total. 5 identical maid outfits total, I thought it was clear. It's important to always look your best at all times. 2 million dennies times 5. That's no maid. That's a queen disguised as a maid. Not at all. This is all necessary protection for the job. All clothes are the property of Victoria Housekeeping and are not considered personal items. Seeing as we're on the subject, how much do you guys actually earn? That's confidential. Even if we're not colleagues, I won't easily disclose topics such as Victoria Housekeeping's salary and benefits Unless you're here for a job application. Oh, come on, you don't have to say it exactly. Just tell me how long you'd have to work for in order to pay for a maid outfit like that. Well, that would take some time. It certainly wouldn't take a couple weeks. That's what I thought. You see, I could get that done in 3 days. How long? I have to say, your income is quite unexpected. She's a famous live streamer, I guess. And I'm sure I'd earn even more if I were wearing a maid outfit. Just playing cute and calling out master live stream donations would come through like pew pew pew. Oh wait, and calling out master. Yeah. So how about it? Want to collab? Not do the maid thing anymore. Let's start a business together. We're organizing a special sale events for designer maid outfits. We'd rake in the money. Good. Why not have her as a guest? I'm not sure why, but I feel like the orthodox maid is about to be defeated by the fake one. No thanks, I've made my decision. What? Have you decided to work with me? I've decided to discuss with Lycon about providing a comprehensive and meaningful boost to the benefits of all employees at Victoria Housekeeping. Put simply, everyone gets a raise. Huh? You can't let the traditional maids lose to the imitation maids so easily. If you can afford one in 3 days, 3 days, we'll just have to raise everyone's pay to a level where they can get one in 2 days. Wait, I want to quit my job as a streamer. Is there still time for me to change careers and sign up with your company? Is it too late for me to change careers? Manager, what are you saying? Don't join in with this girl. Although I don't know your exact income, based on my intuition and experience, it's probably not less than this girl's. I don't make enough. As for this maid uniform, please abandon the idea. It's not just a matter of price. Only those who meet Victoria Housekeeping's strict criteria are qualified to wear it. Don't be so sure. Maybe one day I'll really come for an interview. When being a streamer dries up. Now I mention it, it seems no one at Victoria Housekeeping is concerned about their pay. No one has ever mentioned it. It's my fault. I need to go back and propose an improvement plan immediately. Your trust thing's unlocked. I'll do that later. So I just want to see if I can find Trigger or not. No? Perhaps Night? I'll try one more time. If no, then this is what it is. Pulcra. I'll do the thing with Pulcra. Where is she? By the pier? Oh. I feel like I've been... Our store is always so popular. Hi, Proxy. Are you going to Beaverson today, too? I'm just passing by. You seem to come here often. You're not wrong. You must have other Thyron friends, so you probably heard that while Thyrons have an excellent ether aptitude, once they're subjected to corruption, the process tends to be faster than it is for regular people. I've heard it. I'll pretend I have. Corruption systems usually begin with the hair, and even remaining within the safe time limit for being active in the hollows could easily cause our hair to become dry and split. For us Thyrons, the hollow hair is the greatest enemy to our beauty, so we have to stay on top of it. If you're concerned about your hair, why not put on a protective suit? Protective suit? Don't be silly. If I were caught in head to toe in a protective suit, I'd get heat stroke. And besides, I look terrible. So looking bad is the real issue. What's the point of living if you're not beautiful? By the way, my name also means beauty. My parents have great taste. It's the name I gave myself. It's nothing to do with them, but I'll just take it as a compliment. Is customer number 25 here? I'm very sorry for the wait. We'll be able to serve you shortly. Oh, it's almost my turn, Proxy. Looks like I can't chat with you much longer. I have a question. Of course, how can I get beauty treatments without removing my mask? Oh, I know what you're thinking. Forget it. I'm not taking off my mask for you. We've known each other for so long. Can an exception be made for me? If someone is begging me, I like observing others, but I can't stand being observed myself. Alright, I'm going in. See you next time. Bulker blinks a few times and walks into the store. How far along am I with Bulkers? Bulker, Fellini. Alright. Alright. While I'm still on kind of the note of the trigger stuff, I'm just gonna watch the promotional stuff. I think she just has a demo and a teaser, if I recall correctly. So let's just do that. What do I start with? Because there's a Starlight Night EP, which I feel like is for April Fools. I'm thinking. Starlight Night. Oh my god. Shining Promise instead. Alright, let's see what this fucking Power Rangers is like. Oh my god. I've never actually seen a Power Ranger opening in Japanese or anything, so I don't know. But it's probably really accurate. My only point of comparison is the Steam. It's gonna be the same footage. Assuming the one in the like background over them is either a rival or enemy who eventually joins them. Great song. Oh, what's happening? Oh, fucking belly. Oh my god. My god. Oh, great recording. Dark nebula is silently devouring our world, and the light we call hope. Look! The badge of the shining galaxy is resonating! Listen, a powerful beat is ringing! Assemble, warriors who harness the power of the stars! In the name of the stars, we will fight to protect! Alright. Special rescue.
Trigger, come in. This is Soldier 11. Within 200 meters of your position, there's a confirmed victim from the kidnapping case. Please locate her ASAP. Trigger, report your status.
I suppose it's
Copy.
Soldier 11.
The victim has been located.
Evac route is in place. I'm on remote support.
Where are you taking me? Let me go!
I'm the reinforcement sent by your teddy bear Odie. He's busy driving now. I'll handle all the baddies. Odie, drive.
Roger.
Whoa!
The small fries at the back are all yours.
Roger, Commander Odie.
Hurry up! Don't let them get away!
Hold tight. Commander Odie and I will
Oh,
take
she's
care
got a
of it.
pistol. I guess it makes sense to have stuff. Oh, my god. That's some bombs.
Sure. This one's all yours. Oh, not from here. But from here, it can fire something really
They're dead. Just serpent at the fucking door.
This next part's not for kids.
Did my teddy bear turn into a person?
This kind of magic doesn't last long. He's all back to normal now.
That's okay. We made a promise. We'll always have each other's backs. I hope you find an Odie too.
Mission accomplished. Let's head back and report.
Didn't expect you to be so good with kids. You had fun?
Not really. It's just part of the job.
I'm afraid your goggles are saying otherwise.
Is it that obvious?
Yeah. They're fucking pink when he got in there. Let's get moving, Officer Orty, or we won't make it back in time for the debrief. You're definitely enjoying this, aren't you? You're definitely enjoying this, aren't you? Yeah. Alright, now for sad stuff. I'm assuming it's gonna be sad stuff.
System connected. Initiating interrogation 7. Subject, Liar Squad. Trigger.
Yo, Trigger. Have you beat Acheron's record yet?
I haven't kept track.
121 long-range kills, 35 close combat kills. That's Trigger's new record.
Lethe always keeps count. Take it from me, Trigger. This is how you take the lead in battle and romance.
Stop feeding her your nonsense, Sticks. Also, I won't lose next time.
Oh, who's placing bets on the next round?
Who said Trigger is looking for romance? Nobody around that by me.
Whoa, whoa, Captain, chill.
Sorry. Wait, Kakaitis, are you recording in the base without clearance again?
Hey, Trigger, hold this for me, will you? Got a dash.
You guys never stop.
Trigger. By you guys, do you mean the members of Liar Squad?
Of course. We trusted each other with our lives.
Who are you?
Answer
Where
my
am I?
questions first. Where are they now?
Huh? Aren't they right here?
There's no one else here. According to your testimony, they survived the Hollow Zero disaster. Is that correct?
What? Hollow Zero?
Still no response. If we don't get back up.
All units, brace for the lock call. Give us long-range support.
Roger. I'll keep everyone safe.
Hey, take it easy. Between you and Acheron, I'm not done with. Trigger, what did you remember?
They were right in front of me. And Hollow Zero.
Focus, Trigger. Where are they now?
Acheron, how's Trigger doing?
Trigger! Rise! Hang in there! We haven't settled the score yet!
Your teammates are all missing. You're the only one to leave the Hollow alive. Answer me! Where are they and what happened?
Only one? They're right here! Get back!
Trigger! Pull yourself together!
Where am I? Let me go!
Enough!
Did I fail to protect you all?
That tattered sheet music Charon left behind sure came in handy.
So what do we do with her now?
Seems she's just talking nonsense about her squad still being alive. Unless another survivor shows up to validate that, we're in the clear. Scrub the evidence and let her go.
Guys, I'll find you. I promise.
Motherfucker. That's why they were asking. Oh my god, they would have killed her if there were a survivor. Her eyes can no longer detect light, yet she can still see them clearly. Thus she ripped open those old wounds and denied the interrogation of her will, providing the final opportunity for the young girl to embark on a painful journey. Man, I should have upload the demo. I did like that quite a bit. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Great ancient story. Loved it. Oh, hey, sup? Hey, how good is Loot Bar? Loot Bar. Are you still there? I didn't notice. Ah, shit. How good is Loot Bar? Loot Bar. What, Loot Bar? Yeah. Oh, this? I've never heard of it. I don't know. That's my answer. I don't know if it's trustworthy or not. I kind of just bought it directly anyway, so yeah, there's that. I do know if I do know that what's it called? If you have a Samsung, at least for Honkai Star Rail and I think Genshin Impact, it's tax-free if you order off of the Samsung Galaxy Store. And on top of that, they usually offer discounts when you purchase through there. So if you happen to have a Samsung, that's definitely a way that works. I don't know how trustworthy Loot Bar is, honestly. The fucking ad that popped up when I opened it, I don't trust it completely. Or at least I'd personally just look into it more. So maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. Anyway, how you doing, Ken? I was just about to hop off in a bit, but... Doing good. Okay, that's good. Yeah. I just finished up the trigger stuff. I was on my 50-50, or not on my 50-50. I already lost a 50-50, and I was basically at pity, so I got that pretty early on. And then for the W100 banner, I won it in 20 or so polls. Did you get triggered? Yeah, I got triggered. And or W100. And then I played her agent story. I really, really enjoyed her agent story. I don't want to say anything more than that, but I enjoyed it a lot. Granted, I've enjoyed every agent story I've played so far, so it's not exactly like, whoa. I'm skipping for Juyuan. Yeah. Oh yeah, I think you mentioned something like that before. Yeah. She does have... She's such a straight arrow. Like, Juyuan is the most normal person of all the agents in the game. Yeah. Well, good luck on getting her. It sucks, because I like all the playable characters in the game, but I don't think it's feasible for me to get every single one. Unless I'm lucky, or if I'm willing to pay a lot of money. I'm willing to pay for the top-ups that give you double, for, like, you know how they reset every year. But I don't want to just pay for it blankly. So there's that. Oh yeah. Hopefully you get her. And you have Asriel anyway, so that would be some great ether damage. You could do a full-out ether comp with that. What, Asriel, Nicole, and Juyuan, if you wanted to? Or probably just go like Chingy or something if you have her. Anyway, I'm about to hop off because I still got class tomorrow. It'll be my last class, but still got something to do tomorrow. Anyway, that's about it. Take care.